If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from June 7th through the 10th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Need a boost in capital or a flexible line of credit for your growing business? Hi, I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital. I can help you get the money you need fast. The process is a breeze with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. So call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. That's 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
Volunteer now. Help vulnerable and oftentimes overlooked children in Arizona. Court-appointed special advocates, known as CASAs, are assigned to children as advocates during their experience in the foster care system. Volunteer now. You can change the life of a child for the better. Visit azcourts.gov/volunteer to learn about court-appointed special advocates. That's azcourts.gov/volunteer. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a walk-off grand slam or a base hit to center field. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem or wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios for a dual day. I'll let you choose which day you are going to observe. On one hand, it's National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. On the other hand, it's National Donut Day. Ooh, you got to choose which day you're going to observe.
Donuts or chocolate ice cream? You guys go first. I have to decide.
I don't know, man. That's tough. I can't eat donuts anymore because they drop me. I just, all of a sudden, I'll just like, it'll make me want to just curl into a ball and take a nap. Chocolate ice cream, though, is not really my go-to ice cream. I do like some chocolate ice cream, but I mean, most of the time I'm hitting like a mint chocolate chip or something else, or Neapolitan, which has chocolate ice cream in it. So
you like the Neapolitan, do you?
Yes, it makes me feel very cosmopolitan. So,
well, see, my mom used to buy that back when she was alive and I was younger.
Right.
She would buy the Neapolitan. I would eat all the vanilla and chocolate and leave the
That's a war crime.
strawberry. Yeah,
That is a war crime.
my mom always knew when I was in there because the chocolate and the vanilla was gone.
That is wrong. You were taught better than that, and you scoop up and you get a little bit of all of it.
Yeah.
And you don't just clear out one side. That's evil.
I listen. 2/3 of that, baby. That
You're going to
belongs
have to answer for that at the pearly gates. St. Peter's going to have questions for you that revolve around this ice cream we're talking about.
Unfortunately, my mom's gone ahead of me, Jeffrey, and so I think I'm pretty well clear at this point.
She's left a note.
No, I think she's gone before.
And it's not just her. The Lord God Almighty was watching you and saw you clear out one third of the flavors, and he's not happy either.
My mom made a great case for me. She's been my biggest proponent all my life.
There's no excusing this.
I'm sure my mom has talked the Lord into not punishing me for the fact that I ate 2/3 of the Neapolitan ice cream.
Wait, 2/3?
Yeah.
Which third did you leave behind?
Strawberry.
I like strawberry. But then I'd still. It's Neapolitan for a reason. If you want strawberry ice cream, just go get some strawberry ice cream.
Chocolate, and then you get that vanilla in there, and you leave a thin layer of vanilla against the strawberry so you don't taste any of that with your chocolate and your vanilla. You see what I'm saying?
It's incredibly selfish Neapolitan ice cream.
I was a surgeon when it came to eating the chocolate and vanilla out of. Oh yeah. No, I had it.
Your
I had
container of up yours Neapolitan is what that was.
I would
Neapolitan. You get whatever's left.
I would heat the knife up, and it just went right through there, zingo, like that.
Oh, genius!
And then I would just scoop it out.
Genius.
Oh, baby!
You took out the vanilla and the chocolate, left the strawberry. Your mom never figured out. Maybe I should just get a mix of vanilla and chocolate.
I think she did. I think she did. But after I ate the ice cream she got for me, well, it was on from there. I mean, it was on like Donkey Kong. I was into that Neapolitan in a flash.
I do not approve. Beer Bob says, since both days suck for someone who's gluten-free, dairy-free, I'm going to go gluten-free vegan donut over oatmeal, coconut milk, soy milk, chocolate ice cream.
Wow. Like you're left with very few options. You're left with very few options.
I want to have a telethon for Bob.
Maybe
sad.
You know what? Maybe just don't observe any day today, and we'll see you Monday, and you can observe whatever day's happening then. Because that's so many restrictions. It doesn't even seem worth the trouble.
I feel like it's beer day for Bob.
Yeah,
what this is,
which is also acceptable.
Something I think the fourth dimension also needs to know is donuts. If somebody would bring in, a dozen donuts, and they would bring an assortment of dozen donuts into the radio station. Hell, the air staff could eat for a week on that, because there's somebody always going in there, they're leaving behind the ones that, the coconut sprinkle one, the strawberry thing, and those cream filled. You never know if it's cream or if it's fruit filled until you rip it kind of open, and then somebody would always rip one open and say, "Oh no, that's cream. I'm leaving that there." Or, "Oh no, I don't like the fruit filling." So air staff could eat.
If you
for a
touch
week on
it,
that
you
stuff.
should eat it. You should be putting stuff back. That's bull crap.
I never did that. I would go in there and I would find a feast for at least a week. Yeah.
So your reason you would find the feast, because if I don't see the donuts come in, I'm not touching them.
Oh, that's
if
true.
I don't know who brought them in, and if they're old, if they're starting to stale up on, forget that.
What are you talking about? You flash them in the microwave real quick?
No, I don't know whose fingers have been on these.
They're all good again. See what I'm saying?
No. Kiss the Cook says, Beer Bob, well, you could always just suck on your fingers. That's just not very nice.
It's not nice at all.
It's not nice at all.
Mm-mm.
Pinocchio says, happy Friday, fellas. Happy Friday, Pinocchio. He says, how about my Celtics, huh? Nothing better than mopping the court with the Kyrie and Lucas. Beer me, Randy, please.
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't I do that?
We're going to get to that in a second, but let me, for the people who want donuts, there are some donut deals. Today, if you go into a Krispy Kreme, they'll just give you a free donut. You don't need an app. You don't need a thing. You just say, hey, heard you got free donuts. Bam, they're going to give you a free donut. So Krispy Kreme is giving you free. But now the rest of these bastards, you got to buy something or download something. Dunkin', you got to buy a coffee or some other beverage, and then they'll give you a donut. but it's
Oh.
a classic donut. You don't get fancy.
Dunkin' coffee with a classic. Oh my God! Right there, that is a meal fit for a king. Right there. Yeah.
And then some of these smaller ones. I don't know if there's any Duck Donuts around here, or they've got some free donut stuff. I guess you just check.
How
their
about
thing.
Bosa donuts?
I don't see them on this, but I it's somebody should find out. Should call up a Bosa and find out. But
now that I have grandkids, it's a lot of fun when one of them spends the night, because then Papa takes them on Sunday morning, and we get some fresh
that's nice.
done donuts.
That's nice
on
memories.
Sunday morning. Oh yeah,
That's nice memories.
yeah, oh yeah.
Or just take them like to the Bashes or just whatever grocery store bakery where they're baking stuff fresh, and so they can sit there and look at all of them, up close. And I don't know. That's always nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice smell, but
Maybe.
everybody loves the Bosa.
So I get the kid out of the car. I've lost her, and then that there's a whole police involvement.
You're supposed to hold their
helicopters
hand, Randy.
Oh, they're gone in a flash, man. Gone.
Just
Just
means you're
zing.
bad at watching kids.
I definitely am. I'm a papa now. It's not my responsibility to watch somebody else's kids. Amen. Go ahead. Give me an amen. Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Josef, the friendly German, says, Guten Tag, Jeffrey. Ich bin ein... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me hit translate. Yeah, I forgot to hit translate. Hello, Jeffrey. I'm a huge fan of the donuts. I like to eat them by the dozen. My favorite being Bavarian cream donut, of course. The thought of it makes my tongue water. That just doesn't sound right.
The sound of that sentence makes me terrified.
The sound of that sentence makes me do a Kegel.
Mm-hmm. Mine tightened up a little bit too.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just saying.
Mars Bars 805 says, "Happy Faded Friday, fellas. Why not have the best of two worlds today, right? Happy Donut Ice Cream Day. Nobel Ice Cream, and I'll take an 805. Go Diamondbacks," he says. Demon Novel Ice Cream. Moist One says, "Cream filled always makes for a sticky mouth." It's not dirty, but it sounds dirty coming from him.
He knew it was going to sound like that.
But he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but he's wrong. You know what I mean?
Moist One out of the box early today on this Friday.
Oh, don't say box.
Oh, yeah.
What?
That's,
Excuse me.
Yeah, probably Brunswick guy says, "Hi there, guys." Hello, Brunswick guy.
Hey.
Hi.
He says, "I would have to go with some donuts, preferably some Tim Hortons. Best donuts in Canada."
Haven't had any. Have you?
Yeah,
Jeffrey?
I heard that stuff sucks.
Just want to see what he'll say.
Beer Bob says, "So for anyone who's not like me, I believe there's a place called Stuffed Donuts where they cut open a donut and they stuff it with ice cream. You can kill two birds with one stone over there at Stuffed Donuts."
Really?
Yeah, I think
Is
I've
that
heard
here
of
in the
that.
valley.
That's pretty
Stuffed
cool.
donuts.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just don't know where there is one. But that's a good solution right there. Look at Beer Bob. He can't have, but yet he is sharing. Hey,
There you go.
That's a good
Beer
man.
Bob's a good guy.
Heck yeah, Beer Bob. Good job. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what
Beer
I'm saying
Bob.
right now?
Yeah.
Blow the whistle on hold on here. Who was it? Was it King of Kittens? Yeah, Kiss the Cook. I think it was Kiss the Cook who said that to Beer Bob about sucking his fingers. Who said that about sucking his fingers?
That was Kiss
All
the
right.
Cook.
Kiss the cook.
Yeah, Kiss the Cook. There's a 2-minute penalty for telling Beer Bob to suck his fingers since he's unable to partake. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Kiss the Cook. Let's see here. Joseph goes. Hold on here. This is no. My whole thing is messing up here. The Chosen One says, "Afternoon, gentlemen. Just got back from Italy, so I'll choose chocolate gelato for the day." Well, that's not one of the choices.
Yeah, no, it's either ice cream, chocolate ice cream, not gelato,
Yeah.
or
you know,
donuts.
It's his birthday, though. He wants to know if he can get a shot of Don Julio 1942.
Absolutely, right here.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't your birthday, there was going to be an issue. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Bruno Baller says, "Do they still have a Winchell's donut franchise?"
I haven't seen Winchell's in years. I don't think so.
Yeah, if there is, I haven't seen it either.
Big George would know. He knows all those weird, odd kind of trivial
Yeah.
things.
We'll wait and see what he says.
Yeah.
Oily Stool says, I must say, there's nothing I like better than biting into a juicy, creamy donut and having it explode in my mouth. I'm going to have to go get one right now.
Wow.
Okay. You trying to out moist one, or is that just completely by accident?
I don't know anymore. It's Friday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dear Lord. So let's talk about what happened last night. The Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics played, and it was pretty much what we thought it would be. Pretty much what we thought it would be. And I got one word for you. Porzingis. That's the word. That's it. That's the whole thing right there. The Boston Celtics got up on the Mavericks and never looked back the entire game. They won this game in the first quarter. Like, seriously, after that, it was just cruising.
Didn't Dallas get close to like within 8 or something?
They did in the third quarter. They got within 8. Yeah, they went on. They went on a
I
run.
walked away, came back. Oh, look, still up 20. So I guess I missed that part.
Yeah, Luka got hot, and this is
Not hot
the
enough.
shooting. Well,
You got 30 points, but still not hot enough.
Not hot enough. But you needed help from Kyrie, who played like
yeah.
But so like that's part of it. But like I do think that the dry spell for the Celtics did happen. That's when they cut that lead. That just they weren't making shots. It just seemed like they were just firing at the basket. And you're like, I don't know what's going on here. And then Jaylen Brown decided that he was going to join the game. Well, he did it from the beginning, but he decided like it's time for me to take over the game, and he did. And Jaylen Brown was phenomenal in that game.
I have a theory about why Kyrie was so bad last night. Because the Boston fans are in his head. Have you noticed leading up to the thing? It was all he was talking about. They would ask him how you think you're going to be received in Boston, and he had all those comments. And then today he had a comment about the Boston fans. He thought it was going to be louder in there, and I think the Boston fans are in Kyrie's head. That's what I think.
I don't know. That's maybe part of it. I mean, I'll see. I mean, it could have just been a bad game. Those happen. Jason Tatum also played terribly, so it's not like, it's not like.
Well, this is a big stage for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, but
a big stage.
He's been here before, so you'd hope that he could handle it a little bit better. But and Jaylen Brown, like they're similar ages. I mean, Jaylen stepped up. Tatum just had a bad game, and I don't know if Kyrie had a bad game or Randy, if what you said was right. If they're in his head and he continues to play like that, then yeah, I would tend to agree with you there.
Monkey meat.
No, I said sweep.
Oh.
It might be a sweep.
It could be.
You said sweet, and you wanted me to say monkey.
If Porzingis keeps on doing Porzingis things.
Oh,
I don't know how it can't be a sweep.
Because he on offense, he made an immediate impact. First off, he played 21 minutes and scored 20 points. Like that's absurd in and of itself. But then what he was doing defensively was huge too. He had a number of blocked shots. He defended the basket, and Dallas just isn't big enough. I mean, Daniel Gafford, I think, has done a really good job at center for the Mavs, but Porzingis is bigger than him, and it shows. He just took over the game at certain points of the game when Jaylen Brown wasn't the guy that was taking over the game. They were taking turns, honestly. And I don't know what the answer is for Dallas with Porzingis, because he's taking these shots that are essentially open shots. He's 7 feet tall, shooting over guys that are like 6'9". Daniel Gafford might be the biggest player on the Mavs. He's 6'10".
So this ought to go quick. So Randy, don't worry about how many days there are in between.
No.
So who was that lady on the call last night? Was that Ramona?
I think
Shelburne?
it was.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. She was the first woman play-by-play announcer for a major sport in the history of sports. That last night, that was the first time you had a woman as the lead play-by-play person. So that's kind of cool. I know you look at her and you think she's just eye candy. No, she is so much more. And she proved it last night.
I thought Doris Burke had been on the call.
Was that Doris?
Then
It was Doris.
Might have been Doris.
I get the two confused.
I just didn't
They're
have
both eye candy, and I can't tell them apart sometimes. Was it Doris?
I'm looking it up now because I was out at a bar watching the game, so I did not hear anything.
At a distance, it's hard to tell. I'll be honest. I think it might have been Doris. Like I'm scrolling
it was
right
Doris
now.
Burke.
Yes, thank you. Yes, both of them. You know?
Okay.
Just saying.
Mm.
Anyway, so that was nice. The first female play-by-play in a major, now not major sport, just like in a finals.
In the
championship
finals. There
kind
we
of
go.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Because I knew that Doris had called some major league baseball, or not major league baseball. I'm sorry, national basketball games, some NBA games.
Yeah, she's done a bunch of them.
can I just say that to be really a female who's really good at basketball, whether it's play-by-play or analysis, you have to have a name from the 1930s. That's Doris
Yeah.
and Ramona. Those are two names that you generally only hear in a nursing home, which, I don't know.
Terrible.
No, it's just the truth.
That is just awful.
But yet here we are. I don't know. Speaking of announcers, listen to this. TNT, this is huge. They've agreed to a massive new deal to broadcast the French Open. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Inside the
Yes.
WTA.
It'll be inside the French Open. And if they don't have Charles and Shaq and Kenny and Ernie, well, actually it would make sense they did.
You wonder why they. You wonder why they're in bankruptcy. That's why.
Not inside.
They put down $650 million on this.
Wow.
I mean,
It's a 10-year deal.
It'll be fine for them. It's just not the NBA. That's
They're going to do everything but the NBA, and they're thinking, well, we'll replace that with something else. But here's what's going to happen: no one's ever going to watch TNT again.
Do you think that maybe TNT will continue the inside the NBA just because they're not, having a basketball game on?
Mm-hmm.
It still doesn't mean you can't have a show, pre-game or post-game show with those guys.
I agree, but it's going to kill the ratings so bad. There's no point, and these guys are all going to scatter. Then nobody wants to be on a sinking ship. Charles is already talking about, LinkedIn and Indeed and trying to find a new gig. And like anytime he's on with anybody else right now talking about it, he's like, can I leave my resume with you guys? I mean, I'm not even kidding. He's doing that. So yeah, unless there's basketball games, there's no reason. There's just no reason for that. Big George says, seriously? You think Doris Burke is hot? Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to be a part of a Doris Burke and Ramona Shelburne sandwich? You know what I'm saying? Oh, God, I hope my wife's not listening. Big Jake says, I told you guys yesterday, KP. Who's KP?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Thank you. I don't know people. Yeah. Would put on it on his old team who discarded him like moldy bread. It was the best, most efficient game of his career. He's going to get the MVP. His minutes will increase. And by the way, Doris is fantastic on the call. One of a kind, best regardless of gender. Oh yeah, she's very good.
I do think that I'm not going to pencil in Kristaps Porzingis for Finals MVP with what Jaylen Brown did last night. He closed out the game.
But you also don't know that Porzingis is going to come on so strong on the next game.
Yeah,
he has been sitting for a month and a half,
which is crazy.
He had the adrenaline going. He was ready to go. You can't guarantee a repeat of performance.
It would be so easy to be rusty after 38 days of not playing anything.
Well, they eased him back in practice, so it wasn't like he had not been moving.
That's still not a live game, much less the finals. Like the pressure gets to people. He didn't have any of it. He just went out there and played his game, and I mean, completely took apart what the Mavs wanted to do. I mean, there were times where they thought they were going to be more athletic getting to the basket, which is something that they've done this entire playoff run. And they ran into Kristaps Porzingis, who was like, yeah, no, I'm still 7 feet tall and I move incredibly well. It was smooth. He's good, man.
Well, we will see if he can maintain that or not. It will be next Sunday. Well, this Sunday. Can I say next Sunday? Or do I have to say this Sunday?
Well, because it's it's the Sunday that's coming next.
But it's the
so it
next
would be-
Sunday also.
It's
So at
this-
this moment, I could say next Sunday or this Sunday, and you guys would know what I meant,
It's a
right?
bit of a paradox, isn't it?
No, I don't think. I don't. No,
I've been
thi-
having this argument with my
this,
wife.
This
Yeah.
Sunday is the Sunday that is this coming Sunday.
No, I know that there's no
So-
disputing that. But if I
Steve,
said, "Hey, next
The
Sunday,"
next Sunday.
If you say next Sunday, I'm going to take it to mean
how
the
many
Sunday
days
after
ago
this
can
one.
I say next Sunday?
Once you've passed the last Sunday, this Sunday is the next Sunday.
But you just said it yourself. It's this Sunday's the next Sunday. So why can't I say next Sunday?
Next
what I'm saying?
next Sunday is the Sunday after this Sunday.
I think it's the inference
I
that
didn't
when you're
just say-
saying next Sunday before the upcoming Sunday is meaning to people that it's not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
I feel like it can be both next Sunday and this Sunday as long as
Really?
you've not reached Sunday. If I'm on Sunday, then the next. What if it's
You know,
Sunday?
This
Can I
Sunday
say
is
next
the,
Sunday.
the
You know,
next,
here's
So
what I
this
think.
Sunday.
Can we just agree to this?
the immediate Sunday is
I
this
guarantee
Sunday.
nothing.
Can we agree to this?
Hmm.
Jeffrey, you do you.
I do that a lot because okay. No, I get it. Yeah. Yes. I mean,
There you go.
it's a daily blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Arizona Diamondbacks continuing their series with the San Diego Padres tonight at Petco Park, coming off a 4-3 win Thursday in the series opener. Eugenio Suarez and Gabriel Moreno both hit consecutive home runs in the victory. Tonight, it'll be Brandon Pfaadt getting the start for Arizona. Michael King will go for San Diego. The Diamondbacks getting a run and a half minus 215 on the run line, while the Padres minus a run and a half plus 170. On the money line, Arizona plus 105, San Diego minus 125, with the over-under run total at 7.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a Father's Day gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. For Father's Day, upgrade his gear with the Husky 270-piece mechanics tool set from the Home Depot. Just $99. Perfect in the hands of a pro or a dad. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with a surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Attention all Arizona workers. You may be entitled to receive earned paid sick time. Every Arizona employer is responsible for keeping track of your hours and recording how much earned paid sick time is available under state law. Posters about paid sick time and minimum wage laws also need to be posted in every office. Get posters and learn more at azica.gov. That's azica.gov. This message is sponsored by the Industrial Commission of Arizona.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Big Jake says, who cares about Sunday? I think everybody cares about Sunday. It's one of 2 days off for a lot of people. I don't know. I mean, some people it's a day of worship. Some people it's a day of the next NBA Finals games. For some people, I don't know. I mean, what do you mean? Who cares about Sunday?
I mean, by that logic, who cares about any day? Like that just someday has to matter. Why not Sunday?
Hell is wrong with you, Big Jake? Cardinal Art says Rachel Nichols, Lisa Salters. All right. Damn good female broadcasters as well. Well, we weren't talking about who's good and who's bad. I was just saying who's tasty. Beer Bob says you might need to hold up the sarcasm sign. Big George, your Doris Burke and Ramona Shelburne conversation, and hopefully maybe watch the YouTube stream. What? I don't understand.
He's basically saying Big George didn't understand that you were joking.
I'm not joking.
Got it.
Is Big George on the YouTube stream?
Hey, listen, ever since all the girls from the Golden Girls passed away.
Well,
just saying, Doris and Ramona, they've sort of upped their game. Just saying. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I do not, but that is
you know what? You got your posters on your wall. I got my posters on my wall.
That's really not how
you
I
had to
meant
take
that
the
at all,
Betty
but
White
that's-
down, did you?
Oh, never. That one stays up forever.
Oh, all right.
Stays up forever. So the Diamondbacks are playing at 6:40 tonight against the San Diego Padres. And yesterday, Diamondbacks were able to take out the Padres with a Eugenio Suarez and Gabriel Moreno consecutive home runs. So that was nice. That was nice.
I mean, again, it's the offense. It's got to help the pitching staff. And again, last night it was so. The Diamondbacks showed some power. How about Corbin Carroll? 2 for 3. Was it 2 for 3 or 3 for 4 last night?
I think
he really got
hits?
the team going. But he got 4 hits. I didn't see the box score, so
yeah, I'll take a look for it.
But the bottom line is we got some solid relief pitching. We got some great hitting, some timely hitting in the 8th there when it was or in the 7th when it was 2-2. You got a Corbin Carroll on base.
No, you're right. 3 hits, 2 runs,
and then they move him over with a hit from Ketel Marte. And then they got him in. I mean, that's it. They get him on, get him over, get him in, and that's what Diamondbacks needed last night was a win against San Diego, who's right now in a bit of a free fall. The Diamondbacks can make up some ground like they did on San Francisco. They can make up some ground on the San Diego Padres here with a good series this week. So
yeah, they got Fat Brandon tonight up against Michael King.
Brandon Pfaadt.
I just was reading his first name last.
It's
how you say
okay.
it. If you say
all right, yep.
Fat, Brandon.
Okay,
Fat Brandon.
Pfaadt.
I don't think you're correct on that pronunciation.
No,
well, it's
I'm
got
pretty
2
sure.
A's in it. That's
pretty sure I am.
Well, that's how you say it's Fat Brandon.
No. You're thinking of PHAT, fat.
No,
but it's not what it is.
PF, Fat
No,
Brandon.
No, it's Pfaadt. 2 A's.
Why don't you respect Fat Brandon?
I'm
respect
trying to. I thought
I don't know if you are. I feel like you're just disrespecting Fat Brandon.
Okay, all right.
That's his brand, man.
I think
Brandon's
maybe
brand.
when we get the chance to meet Brandon Fott, we will have him judge.
Yeah.
In this case, he will rule for me.
I doubt it. I feel like we have a lot of cases on the docket, Randy.
Seems to be, yes.
So hopefully, you're as you said. Hopefully, the Diamondbacks will catch up a little bit more ground. So there's still 3 games under 500.
Yes, but they keep figuring out how to win in spite of the fact that most of their starting lineup, the top of their starting lineup, is out. I mean, hoping that Merrill Kelly will return, hoping Zach Gallen will return soon. And we're still waiting on Erod. What's going to happen with him? Did you see at the end of the game? Did either one of you guys get? Because you guys are both on the X. Jake Cronenworth. Did you hear about his? Oh my God! He's like that wasn't even close. You got to be kidding me! That was a terrible call. He took the bat out of my hands. And then did you see that Mark Grant, the announcer for the Padres? You can't do that. You can't let a game end like that. You got to be shaving me.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was stupid.
You saw that?
I thought it was stupid. You got to be shaving me.
I kept hearing all of this, and I looked at the clip. The ball wasn't that far outside.
Oh,
and it was.
No. Dear God, it was.
And
it was high and outside. And
it was
a bad call.
It was in the strike zone.
It was not.
And it was in the strike zone.
If you look feet out of those strikes. I hate to listen. I'm a Diamondback fan, and even I'm going to look at that and go, "Yeah,
you need to look at that again because they have a picture on X, and that's the clip I saw.
How did you see something on X?
Well, it was on on this article I was reading about.
You back on Twitter?
No, I am not.
They post links in articles.
No. I was reading it on CBSSports.com. Where it says under CBS MLB, Cronenworth was crying like a baby. There's 2. You can look at the view right there. I will tell you that pitch is in the high strike zone, and the pitch is only about 3 inches outside. 3 inches.
I'm making it big on my screen. That is Randy.
That pitch.
That
you
is
can see
not
the
inches.
strike zone right there.
That's
that
like
pitch.
Oh
no. No.
Listen, you know more about baseball than I do, but my eyeballs saw
that's
where
not
that ball hit.
I have a still image I'm looking at. That's not feet.
That's maybe 3 inches.
Yeah.
That's 3 inches.
I have
maybe.
revised it to foot. That's a foot.
That's not a foot either.
No.
That is not a foot.
No. If you're looking at that little box there, that is the strike zone.
It's
and
like
the ball.
All right, okay.
So
okay.
the ball
the
is
catcher,
touching
the
the
catcher
top.
is there. The Nike
Listen,
check logo is at
you
the top
guys-
right corner of the strike zone, and the ball is not even the full Nike check over.
You guys are messing with what I have told my wife length is. Okay, so listen, can we agree that this is a foot?
No, we cannot agree that is a foot.
Please,
I'm sorry.
please agree with me that this is a foot.
Let's just hope for your sake she's not listening right now.
How about we agree to here's the ball. There's space for another ball in between that ball and the strike zone.
All right, maybe, but it's not a foot.
That's like a foot.
Shut
your whorish mouth. That's a foot.
Here's what I learned in baseball from a little kid playing t-ball all the way up through non-pro that I played before I quit playing baseball on a regular basis. If you have 2 strikes on you and it's close, you better be swinging at it.
Randy, how far out did you say that it was?
Oh, it was about 3 inches, maybe.
You said there's room for another baseball.
There's room for another baseball.
That's roughly how
photo.
wide a baseball is.
Yeah.
It's 3 inches.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep that to yourself. Don't talk to my wife. There's like this much.
You basically just proved Randy's point.
It's a foot. Shut up.
And I rest my case.
But it's a lot. It's if you look at it though, it's obviously a ball.
Here we go.
Only if you have the digitized strike zone in real time with that thing coming in. That's
here you go.
Pretty close.
I watched the video and I see the picture.
Yeah.
That's obviously a ball. I'm sorry.
It's obviously
we won
a
the
ball.
game, so it's okay.
I didn't say it wasn't a ball. What I said was it was close. And for these guys like that Mark, whatever his name was, you know what I kept hearing from Cronenworth and that announcer? Go ahead, Jeffrey. Let me hear that.
You got to be shaving me.
No, let me hear that crying baby you're doing all the time because that's what I hear. Okay, just go and give me a little crying baby. I want to hear that.
They can be crying babies, but it was a ball.
It was a ball, but it was in the strike zone high. And I always learned if it's close and you got 2 strikes, you better be swinging at it. You don't swing at anything close.
And I don't know what the strike zone was for this particular umpire this particular day. If that was consistently that, and you stood there and looked at it, that's you, man.
Shame on you.
No, he's right. You're right. You should have swung on that thing. We all agree on that.
So then don't cry.
I'm not crying. I'm just telling you it's a foot away.
Not
you shut up. It's a foot away. There's a foot of distance between the strike zone and that ball.
Right. Just seems like we have a different issue right now.
Let me do you a solid, Jeffrey. Ready?
Thank you.
That ball was high, and it was at least a foot and a half outside.
At least a foot.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I know why Keon is combative right now.
Why
I know why he's grumpy.
I'm not even grumpy. What?
Oh, you are.
No,
because your ladies got beat by the Oklahoma Sooners again, 8-4, and now they're up 2-0 in that College World Series for the ladies.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that, but that's not enough to make me cranky.
I wonder if Boomer Sooner is no longer with us, because I feel like he'd be all over this text line.
He always would tweet about or text us about specifically Sooner softball, and we'd always be like, Boomer Sooner, who actually cares? And he always hounded me about the horns, and he hasn't done it in a while. Also, I owe him.
He's either in prison or he might have just passed. I don't know.
Or
what?
He passed our station up on the way to the news station he listens to.
Nah. I went back and looked at his text messages. I was curious, and he's doing fine. There was nothing contentious, and then nothing. Radio silence. So either he's gone to the great beyond, or he's spending a little time in the Gray Bar Hotel,
or he's gone to just another city.
He wouldn't leave this city. There's no reason for him to leave this city.
He left this city.
I mean,
he would have said something.
I was outside today. That is enough reason to leave.
He would have said, "So long,
the sun
left this city."
Boomer Sooner was kind of old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I think. Just saying. It's just, listen, sometimes people come and go on the text line, but he was a Hall of Fame texter. He would not have just disappeared with no reason. So there was either a bucket that needed kicking, or he got a DUI and has not been able to text.
I hope it's not the bucket. I owed him for a bet, and we were supposed to have when the next remote. I was gonna pay him back. And my karma is going to be eternally screwed up because I never got to pay him back.
Well, I feel like you're off the hook.
Is that how that works?
I feel like,
I feel bad, though.
Rough Rob says he went the way of bad grandpa. Yeah, maybe.
Boy.
I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Radio silence, man.
Happens.
Harry Soap says, you got to be shaving me. That sentence will never be said during a WNBA telecast. Well, it shouldn't be said during any telecast. Jonesy says, big Diamondbacks fan, longtime player myself, 3 inches outside, still outside.
Yeah, it's still I never said it was a strike.
It's a ball.
What I said was it was a ball. It was a bad call, and they did call a strike on it, and the umpire was wrong. But if you're Jake Cronenworth, I don't want to hear any whining out of you because you stood there and took a called third strike. If nothing else matters, that matters to me the most. I couldn't when my kids played ball. I was standing there at the fence staring at them because they knew if they took a called third strike, I would make them run all the way home. They couldn't get a ride from me because they had to run home and think about what they just did.
This is my favorite soapbox that Randy has. Because we have been on the air doing a show, and the Diamondbacks there will be some Diamondbacks player that'll stand there and take a called third strike. And Randy, and you got to hear him during the commercial breaks, man. Randy will lose his mind. And I
never took a call third strike. Not ever, never.
That is the hill he's going to die on. If it's close, you swing. That's the only thing. That is the thing that I will remember with me for all my days from Randy is that. And I've never played baseball.
I will give you. It's a ball outside. It was a bad call, and the game ended on a bad call. I will give you that, but don't whine about it. Just go have a seat. And next time, swing the bat, foul it off, do something.
Well, I'm getting some information here, and I can't. This is how bad sports sites are. Big George says, Jeffrey, that's a replay. I didn't have a replay. This is from yesterday. He says Oklahoma already won the Women's College World Series. That happened. That game happened yesterday. Well, my thing says that they are up 2-0. Did you even know this, Keon? Did you know it was over?
Yeah, I saw it on the
Did it end today? It's not even on the thing here.
And it ended yesterday.
Wait, so the College World Series is only 3 games?
I had the game up on the TV.
No.
And I was
How many
watching the
games
Horns
does it take to win the College World Series?
Best of
2?
3. Best of 3.
Oh, nobody told me it's best of 3. I thought it was best of like 7, like everybody else does.
No.
By the way, this is how much I cared about.
You just, like no
College
no
World
stats,
Series.
literally
No
just
stats,
the score
no
on
story.
on a sheet of paper.
Just the sadness.
The
for you
rest
right
of
there.
the paper is like, yeah, no, I saw like the game because when they were in the first inning, Oklahoma started putting the runs up, and I was like, well, that's the end of that, I suppose. That's and then I turned my brain back off.
Jeffrey?
Yes, Randy?
For the College World Series?
Yeah.
For females and males.
Right.
The championship series is 3 games.
Really?
Yeah.
Men too?
Yeah.
Well, I get sorry for your loss, Keon.
It's fine.
Boy, they got your asses whooped there.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing to dispute. There's nothing like how are you going to be mad about it? It's just like, yeah, wish they would have showed up for either of those games, specifically that last one. And they, it sucks that it's the Sooners. That makes it worse. But
this right here just proves it. Boomer Sooner, passed or in prison. Is one of the two.
There's no way he could let that go. He
passed or in prison.
He couldn't have. I mean,
oh man, he crawled all over you for that.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
I would say we should do sing a little Boomer Sooner in honor of him, but now he's gone. Well, we don't got to do that.
Yeah.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak? Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun. Fun isn't hard. Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from June 7th through the 10th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Celebrating 30 years of AmeriCorps in Arizona looks like more than 27,000 members, 29 million hours served, nearly 75 million in scholarships, millions of lives changed. When you sign up for AmeriCorps in Arizona, you make a difference. Also, earn a living stipend, plus education scholarships. Join the movement by signing up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
At Desert Wholesale Diamond, we pride ourselves on providing top-tier quality, unmatchable prices, and excellent service. I'm Diamond Dave, and my track record in the diamond industry dates back 4 generations. I've eliminated the traditional middlemen, providing you with direct access to wholesale markets.
I'm Jada Cantor, and we offer you the best diamond buying journey of your life. With 3 wholesale offices and a dedicated production team, we make it easy for you to buy diamonds at unbeatable wholesale prices.
Our 34 years of industry leadership proves our dedication, and we continue to lead the way in all areas, particularly in lab-grown diamonds.
Save yourself from paying retail. Experience the most pleasant diamond buying experience ever. Meet Diamond Dave and his team who are all waiting to assist you with your wholesale diamond purchase.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450, 480-397-2450, or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
This is Brian Bossberger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. So they released some photographs of the police officer. Remember that Scotty
Damn it,
Scheffler?
how did they get those? I can't.
No, Randy.
What?
Scotty
Sorry.
Scheffler. None of your stuff. Scotty Scheffler ran over a guy at the Open, and at least that's the way the cop made it sound. Ran over a guy and drug him about a quarter mile. And this is according to the cop, right? This is the way he made it sound. You know, he may just raise holy hell for it. And well, here's the picture right here. There's a picture of his leg, and there is.
Oh, that's traumatic.
That's
you can barely see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get closer so you can see.
I did see the actual picture, and a
little scratch right there.
That
and
is
then,
traumatic.
The damage to his pants. Oh, that is substantial.
Yeah.
Just
he said they were ruined.
Yeah, I feel like you could still work the rest of the day in those. I don't. Yeah, thoughts and prayers. My thoughts and prayers are with this guy because clearly he was in the right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cheesehead Bill says I'm a Sooner fan also. Really?
Oh,
didn't know he had
more than one of those.
He says in the absence of Boomer Sooner, suck it, Keon. Boomer is what he says.
Well,
I'm all blurry now. Sometimes when I show pictures to the YouTube,
it doesn't
makes me
readjust.
blurry, and then it doesn't want to readjust no matter what I do. And then I keep looking up there going, am I drunk? So yeah, I guess Cheesehead Bill will now be oh dear God, he's alive. My Boomer Sooner's alive.
Okay, well that's good news.
There we go.
Where the heck have you been?
He says, good day, Blender Nation. Keon, sorry about your lady Longhorns. For Pete, baby. And he says, hope you're all good. Boomer's back. Oh my God. We're so glad you're alive.
Yeah,
you're very, very old. So we figured you either passed or were in prison.
I don't.
He hasn't texted in since February 19th.
I don't think. Well, I think maybe because. I think he probably had other things to do.
Where the hell you been, Boomer Sooner?
Well, there we go.
I think he can answer for himself, Randy. Don't give him any ideas.
All right.
But now I've basically discovered that I have two Sooner fans to antagonize me now. That's great. It's lovely. This is very fun.
Jonesy says, hey, that cop is a smart guy. I heard he went to Arizona. That's not what he said, but that's what I'm saying. Billy Wabbit says, stay tuned to the Fanatic for yesterday's sports breaking news. Well, we'll do yesterday's and today's, sometimes tomorrow. Oily Stool says, Boomer Sooner is still alive? Oh, I thought he got lost on his way to the D-Day celebrations yesterday at Normandy.
Oh, boy.
Jonesy says, you dog. That's how I do things, man. That's how I do things. Every now and then somebody will get me to slip, but it's like maybe like one time a year. One time. Speaking of college stuff, I don't like this. Of course, I never like these things. When these things pop up, I don't like them. And here's what it is I don't like when they pop up. Now it'll be two things I don't like when they pop up. We'll talk about the one that I was going to talk about, not the other one. Nobody wants a surprise pop-up, if you know what I mean. Especially when it's not your surprise pop-up. But I want to talk about this surprise pop-up. The NCAA is allowing teams to put corporate logos onto the fields now.
Oh, boy. Yeah, not thrilled about that.
I mean, they were able to put like Tostitos on the field for the Fiesta Bowl, right? because they
Yes.
had the name.
Yeah.
It's in the middle.
Yes.
Well, here's what they're going to do. They said, all right, you can sell these advertisements at the 50-yard line and no more than 2 smaller ads elsewhere on the field. So now that means that they can have 3 ads on the field, one in the middle, some on the other side. And then this can go for just any old damn game now, not in the middle, but at least, the smaller ones on the side, right? This change becomes effective immediately.
Well, because the money's there. And since, you've got all of these athletes you're now having to pay and, that you're going to have to figure out a way to divide the money, here comes more ads. And this is just the beginning. This is just, they made sure to say, you can only have them here and you can only have so many. We were already drowning in ads in that sport. Like they're just a million commercials and the halftime show has, 3 bits and each of them has their own sponsor. It's not like we didn't have it before. I just don't want more. That's all.
You're getting more, and
You're
there's
getting
nothing
more.
you can do about it.
And I'm gonna like it apparently. That's
we've got ads on basketball uniforms. They're coming to football uniform. They're coming to everything. There's going to be ads on anything and everything, and I feel like it's already just oversaturation. It's like now you don't even pay attention to it. You don't see it. Do you see something on somebody's jersey and go, "Ooh, I'm going to go and buy that"? No, nobody does. So what are you doing? You're just branding. You're just getting the name out there. The name out there. I don't know. I think I feel like it's whorish. I think that's the best word. Whorish.
Yeah. No, that's a good way of describing
like cheap
it.
Whorish. Not even like uptown. Like we're talking. Yeah, we're talking Van Buren here. Is what we're talking. Beer Bob says, so great to hear that Boomer Sooner is still alive. But maybe me started thinking that you should have everyone texting, maybe send a picture of themselves. So then when they do pass away, then at the remotes, you could do an immemorial for all the great fourth dimensioners, for all the listeners.
Why would we do that?
I
again?
can't think of
that's depressing.
Any group of people that I would want to talk about me in death less than this particular show.
That's all.
What are you talking about?
At least you get remembered.
But also roasted, because let's be honest.
Yo, you will be roasted.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Keon, I can't think of a better group of people to euthanize you than the fourth dimension.
Well, now
there's going to be
euthanize
euthanizing.
Oh,
yes.
They could euthanize me. I don't care. They could euthanize all 3 of us if they want to.
They could,
but I think the fourth dimension, a great collection of sports fans and loyal radio listeners. I can't think of a better group of people to euthanize you than the fourth dimension.
I think you mean eulogize to euthanize.
Isn't that what I said? Yeah, I said that. Yeah, eulogize. That's what I said.
Well,
I think either way works.
There we have it.
Both.
Yeah, I do not want to be euthanized by anybody.
Huh.
But the fourth dimension in particular, because I just have a feeling that there's going to be a level of cruelty to that one. Look, I just don't want to be euthanized.
Look, I especially want to be euthanized if I can't get a pop-up anymore. I'm just saying. If I can't get a pop-up anymore, I don't want to be here. I want to euthanize me.
Well, thank God they got drugs for that. So don't overreact, Randy. Whatever you do, don't overreact.
All right.
Let's see here. Moist One says, that's not a competitive pitch. You can't swing at that. I'm going to have a aneurysm over here. No, he said it was 2 balls to the outside. Well, there's a ball in between, and then there's the ball in that pitch we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but if it was one more ball over, then the
I think
ball
you just wanted
itself
to say 2 balls
would have been touching the strike
Pretty
zone.
sure.
So, at that
what
point,
did you have your 2 balls touching? I guess you'd have to just compare the videos, I guess.
me,
Tom
I think.
says, that's going to be horrible, especially on Boise State's blue turf.
Excuse me?
Oh, the ads.
I thought he was talking about balls.
Those 2 balls, no
yeah.
strikes.
It's going to look even more annoying than usual.
Boomer Sooner says, I just took a break, went through a divorce, needed some time. Keon, I haven't forgot those 2 pizzas you owe me. And hey, listeners, how old do you think I am? They think you're as old as I've been telling them. And I've told them you are very, very old.
and I haven't forgotten the pizzas. I was literally saying I owe you for the bet.
Nurse Scratchit says there's hope for Boomer Sooner. I was sending texts to you guys for a few months and they weren't even going through. I went back to the the last text you read and sent texts through that. And for some reason it worked. No kidding, Nurse Scratchit. Well, we wondered what happened to you too. Listen, people come and they go and you're allowed to. We're here for you. You're not here for us. So if Boomer Sooner needed a minute, God bless him. Glad to have him back. Some of you, I wish you go away and never come back. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but you know who you are.
That's like turning to your kids and going, one of you is my least favorite child, and then just walking off.
I don't have to tell them that. They know. Beer Bob
You guys
says,
figured it
when
out.
I pass away, I want to be cremated and have my ashes put in an Etch-a-Sketch so my wife can still play with me long after I'm gone.
Well,
I like that idea.
well, that is spectacular.
That is a great. And then she's like shaking you over her head.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Love that. Billy Ray from Avondale says the new Van Buren is 27th Avenue in Glen Rosa, sadly enough. Well, thank you for that update. It's the Daily Blender. 1580.
Why?
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from June 7th through the 10th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Marijuana may be legal in Arizona, but driving impaired is not.
As a police officer here in Arizona, I know DUIs apply to more than just alcohol. Anything that impairs driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving impaired can get you a DUI.
Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with the hashtag HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze too, with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
Hi, everybody. It's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. So there is substantial gaps in between the NBA Finals games. And I guess we have to find other things to sort of fill our time. I've got a bunch of stuff I got to do this weekend. You know what I got to do? Hey, remember when my pool pump died and I went through this whole thing where I had to cut PVC pipe and do all that, and I was out there getting just eaten alive by skeeters and everything. Well, that I look back, I had to go back into my Amazon. It tells me everything that happens in my life. That's like keeping the dates. And I went back and I looked at when I bought that motor, and that motor only lasted 1 year and 9 months.
Wow.
I feel like that $250 pool motor should have lasted more than 2 years, under 2 years. So now I got to replace that on Sunday morning when I get the part in, and I'm not getting just a new motor. I got a whole new pump assembly thing. You know, there's the pump and there's the thing, and but now I've got to cut some PVC pipe, and I think I'm going to redesign the entire thing right there. Just for when I did it last time and I cut the thing and I reestablished the thing, I made the thing longer. And so the big bell with the water filters and everything in it, well, it's hanging over the concrete. I didn't take that into, because when it's empty, it looks good to me. And then when it got filled, it's like, oh, and I had to put a bunch of shims, everything I could find to keep the thing level.
Shoes.
It doesn't look great. It doesn't look.
Wood blocks.
I turned it into a hoopty. So I'm gonna de-hooptify that, and I got to do that like Sunday morning before it gets hotter than the ridiculousness. So that's, and then I'm going to also I bought new taillights for my truck because I don't like the way the newfangled ones look.
Did you say nude taillights for your truck?
New.
Oh, new. Sorry.
Brand new.
Yeah, all right.
They are the cheaper version too, but I like the way the older ones look. I don't know if they're going to fit or not. So I got to back the truck in, take one of those taillights out and see if the new ones will fit. Already, I think they're about an inch off. So, then I'm going to be sweaty doing that. I just, but my point is, there's nothing to watch until Sunday night when game 2 of the NBA Finals comes back, and there's Diamondbacks games, but there's also, and maybe this is a good time to jump in and care, or not. The Edmonton Oilers take on the Florida Panthers starting at 5 p.m. tonight, game 1 of the Stanley Cup Series.
Okay.
So it's the Houston Oilers taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton.
Sorry, just have it. Yeah. I don't know why they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
I don't know why either, but Edmonton is a big, that's a part of Canada that a lot of oilers work, a lot of oil, extraction is happening and refining and that sort of thing.
Are there any actual Panthers in Florida?
Yes.
Outside of the zoo?
Yeah. No, there is.
Wandering around Florida, you got Panthers.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
You're just saying it like but I don't know if you really know. You ain't no David Attenborough over here.
All right. Well, no, I'm not David Attenborough, but let's see here. Let's
there actual Panthers prowling around outside of zoos in Florida? And for that matter, Carolina Panthers. Are there Panthers in Carolina? Really?
Yes, there are Florida Panthers, Puma colored in Florida, primarily.
What color is Puma?
Like a tan.
No kidding. I thought they were black.
Primarily in the southwest part of the state, south of Orlando, and below the Caloosahatchee River. Yes, they are reclusive animals that live in remote, undeveloped areas with dense vegetation, where they hunt, rest, and raise their cubs.
All right.
And there are actually Carolina Panthers.
There's Panthers in Carolina also.
Yeah.
Are there Panthers in Arizona?
No.
I know there's Cougars. I know there's mountain lions. That is not what they sound like.
Oh, yeah, it's spot on.
Do they have oil fields in Edmonton?
Edmonton, I think that there's a lot of oil production in Edmonton.
Okay. I'll allow it.
There actually are Panthers in Arizona.
No kidding.
They're more closely related to the mountain lions here, but they're here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
According
to the U.S. Forest Service.
These are questions that need to be asked because I'm tired of dishonest mascots. I've seen a cardinal in my backyard, a red cardinal, just like the Arizona Cardinals. So we will allow that. There's not many. You don't see them often, but I have, with my own eyeballs, seen an actual Arizona Cardinal. So you're good there, Randy.
Yes. Oh, I've seen them as well. But Edmonton, Alberta, Canada produces oil, including conventional and non-conventional oil.
The hell's non-conventional oil?
Well, I was just going to tell you, such as unprocessed bitumen and synthetic oil.
Got to get that bitumen.
As you do. Yeah.
There it is.
Makes sense to me. Oily Stool says, Edmonton Oilers, baby. We're going to be savior of Canada by bringing the Stanley Cup home to Canada for the first time since 1993. Well, pump the brakes there, pal, because I got to decide something here. Now, we got a lot of people who are listening from Canada. We appreciate that. But then again, it's America, United States of, and we need to go for the home team. But it's Florida. Yeah. So I don't.
That's the issue. It's Florida. And just generally, because of what the sport of hockey is, just a Florida team winning the title just feels weird to me every time it happens. I understand that we had a hockey team here. It didn't feel as weird, that idea, as the Florida one. I don't know why.
Got news for you. A lot of experts, quote unquote experts, are picking the Panthers to win. They are a good team.
They are a good team.
What is this? What is this? The Oily Stool is saying. So the Canadians, the Canadians haven't won a Stanley Cup. No Canadian team has won since 1993.
That's correct.
They've been
Did
close.
you guys invent this dumb sport?
I believe in '93.
Sure
the last one to one, I think, was Edmonton.
I remember.
I love
and actually they put out a 30 for 30 about it. But I remember when I was a kid, the Vancouver Canucks lost in the Stanley Cup final, and they burned Vancouver to the ground. The people were just there riding. They were
very Canadian.
So mad. And they just felt like they were close, and
yeah.
Jonesy says Canadians equal frauds.
In 1993, the Montreal Canadiens won the cup.
Moist one says he's got a nice bet on the Panthers to win the cup. I just have no opinion on this. And this feels a lot like what we went through with the Dallas Mavericks. Punchable face versus team that comes from a town full of racists. And how do I pick? I don't even care who wins the NBA finals now. Now I got to choose Canada or Florida. How do I choose against my country by saying, okay, go Oilers? And how do I choose Florida ever?
But technically, you could just say that Florida, does it really count? It's kind of its own country. You got Florida man.
But I went through the 2000 elections with the hanging chads and all that nonsense. It counts. They count badly. They count incorrectly, but they count.
Fair enough.
I don't even know what to do here. I'm not gonna lie. Baker's Cocky Hen says Florida will beat Edmonton in 6 or less. Lock it up.
Wow.
All right, he's called his shot right there. Brunswick guy says, I will go to my grave stating that there is no jazz in Utah. No, I agree. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
0% jazz.
There's not a jazz club or any sort of jazz radio, no jazz at all.
I would doubt it severely.
No, it is very clear there's no jazz in Utah. Booger Wolf says it's hotter than a demon's ass right now.
That's true.
I walked outside and said the same thing earlier.
Jeffrey, I have a question.
Yes.
What about teams with fictional mascots? Like they're not real already. Like the New York Giants, the Washington Wizards.
Go slow down. New York Giants. You can kind of work the word. We are giants in the industry. You're not literal. What was the other one?
The Washington Wizards.
No, you got me on that one.
It's just not real. They're
they gotta change they look like Quidditch uniforms, like somebody from Hogwarts. They got these floppy wizard hats they gotta run around and play in.
And now Gryffindor. I mean, Washington.
Yeah, you gotta change that. That's a bad name. I don't know if you should go back to Bullets, but
you can't go back to Bullets. in a city where lots of people are killed by exactly that.
Mm-hmm. What other ones?
Those are the two that popped into my head.
I can't help your Wizards, but I think the Giants. I think I covered that all right.
Make the Giants work. All right.
Baker's Cocky Hens thinks that Big George is a Giants fan. Well, he's a Giant man. I don't know if he's a Giant fan.
No.
Glendale Runner says a eulogy for Keon should mention his sports betting never caused horses to die.
Yes,
that's I think true. I can probably mention
that's
that.
Very true. Yeah,
I've bet on a few horses. They were all alive by the time the race was done. So.
I don't think I'm going to be invited to speak. If I'm invited to speak, I'll make sure and include that Glendale Runner. Big George says, Randy, didn't Billy Joel McAllister? Didn't he jump off a bridge over that river in Florida?
I'm not going to. You're trying to get me to quote some sort of country music lyrics from Jeannie C. Riley, and I'm just not going to do that.
I had no idea that was happening right there.
Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge.
The end. And we were all better off for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not going. Listen, Jeffrey is my friend. I would not do that to him.
Scratch Me Because says, when I die, I want my kids to scatter my ashes like they did at the end of the Big Lebowski. Just make sure like your ex is standing right in the right place. See if you can work that out. Well, since we don't know anything about anything, here are the betting odds.
What are you talking about?
Well, hockey? We don't know. Do you know?
I think the best two teams are represented, and I think
what a bunch of lip service that is.
No, I think Florida wins the trophy.
Florida is favored in tonight's action. It's just a 1.5 point spread. The money line is minus 140 for the Oilers and plus 120 for Edmonton. Sounds like a toss up to me. That sounds pretty close. Sounds like nobody knows the hell is going to happen tonight.
Well, they're both
at least on the betting line.
They're both wonderful teams. Connor McDavid.
You don't know.
I watch a little hockey.
You do not. Ever since the Coyotes left town, we haven't watched any hockey.
I actually have watched some hockey.
What hockey did you watch?
I watched during the playoffs. I watched the Edmonton Dallas series. Because I hate the Stars. Because the last time that the Stars and the Coyotes played in the playoffs, Jeremy Roenick's face was ground around on the backboards behind the net.
Oh, guess what? I didn't have the paper close enough to my eyes. It's actually the game is tomorrow. At 5 p.m.
Well, that still gives you something to watch between,
today's not the 8th.
Last night's NBA game and game 2. You still
got to get those glasses checked.
In fact, it spaces it out a little bit more.
It's time to move up to like 2s. I've been at 1.75 for a while. Oh, look, Donnie is on. I'm sorry. Pierre is on the text line. Let's see here. Let's see what original thing Donnie has to say later. Pierre says, Mr. Randy, you're absolutely right. The great Montreal Canadiens won the last Stanley Cup for Canada in the 1993. Also, gentlemen, will you be watching the start of the CFL season? I'm going to stop you right there. No. Don't care about your Montreal Alouettes. I don't care about Winnipeg. I don't care about anything
whichever one's the Tiger
Saskatchewan.
Cats, whichever that one.
If we didn't watch the UFL, we're not watching the CFL.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry,
no.
I hope you
No.
enjoy though.
Yeah.
You do that. You have fun.
You know, Pierre, if it's a slow day and I happen to just kind of run across it on the TV somehow
No.
in some freak accident, I might tune in for a while.
No. Mm-mm. Last Optimist says, my wife and I wanted our ashes to be pressed into gems and set on a sugar skull that can be passed through the generations. Each generation adds another set of gems.
That's complicated, but pretty cool. I
Way to
guess.
haunt the grandkids. I am all for this.
Eternally.
Because some of them will be good ghosts. Some of them will be bad ghosts. And you're just like, Mom, I don't want this in my room anymore. Well, then I guess you better take out the garbage next time I tell you the first time.
3 generations from now, it's going to be insufferable. Because it's everybody's just like, oh, I can't wait for my turn. I've been
everybody's gonna be
haunted my whole life, and I
Yes.
can't wait.
And then everybody who has it, they're like, man, you better behave. I'm eating all my vegetables. I'm doing my homework. I'm taking out the trash. That is going in my brother's room. That crap ain't coming in here. So let's see. Donnie says they play tomorrow, dipstick. I know. I already said that. I already noticed that on the sheet here. Thanks, Donnie. That was amazing. Bruno Baller says if the NHL finals go 7 games, there will be around 12,000 miles of travel.
That's pretty.
A whole lot, not my problem.
It's just interesting, is all.
Right?
Are they? How many days apart are the games in this? Is it like the NBA finals where it's like 3 or 4 weeks in between? Holy cow! It takes forever to get anything done in the NBA. I don't agree that the everything is fixed in the NBA like you think it is, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an awful lot of time in between those games.
Oh yeah,
I will agree with that.
So the game 2 is Monday.
Oh, it's only 2 days. And then they got 3. They got Tuesday, Wednesday,
but they got to travel from Miami all the way up to Edmonton.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, it's gonna be going on for a while.
Yeah,
that is going to be going on.
Like that
for a
travel
while.
is just ridiculous.
I assume that they are alternating days with the NBA Finals on purpose. I can assume that because this also is on ABC.
Yes, because ESPN has the finals, and ESPN has the
no, they don't.
Stanley Cup.
ABC has the finals,
but they own ABC.
Broadcast. I know they own it. I'm just saying it's broadcast TV. You can't get it on ESPN. It's either on broadcast ABC or ESPN Plus.
Yeah, but ESPN bought the rights.
I don't give a crap who bought it. This is the channels it's on. Don't argue with me, Keon. I'm looking right at it. Well, hold on.
All Randy
My
was saying was
glasses are
ESPN
suspect.
owns the rights to it.
He's in a mood today, Keon. You
Yeah,
might
I
as well
know.
just let it be.
No, because I'm right.
Yes, we understand what network is on. Randy was
Yeah.
saying it's on that network because ESPN owns the rights.
Disney owns ESPN and ABC. So,
Yes.
Yeah, well, yes.
It's on the Disney Channel. How's that? That's
it's
right,
on
too.
the Mouse Network.
It's on the Disney Channel.
Sure.
I bet it's on the Disney Plus. I bet they probably have it on there.
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Okay. That's fine.
It's on ABC and ESPN Plus. Because they're grooming the the American public to pay to watch sports. And all of this, and they're grooming us all. They're brainwashing us all. Just get this subscription here. Oh, it's only $9.99 a month. Oh, it's only $12.99 a month. Oh, it's only $15.99. Oh, it's only $73.99 a month. and you get these subscriptions out the kazoo, and that's the only way you watch sports.
Resist.
Meanwhile, they all are making billions and billions. I tell you.
Do you hear
It's
that?
just, if they were going to make me pay to watch it, it would be fine if there weren't ads. There are
I
also
agree.
ads
That's
in
garbage.
addition to having to pay for it.
Yeah,
I'm still being advertised to.
I read this story the other day, and I think this applies to a lot of stuff. It's different for TV, like the Netflix and Amazon and HBO and all those, because they actually do originate some programming, which means they do invest a bunch of the money you pay into making other shows. But Spotify, the CEO is like, yeah, it costs like next to nothing to put programming on the Spotify.
Well,
oh, by the way, we're raising the price $1. Anyway, it costs like next to nothing to make this content.
Well, yeah, because you didn't make any of it.
It makes me want to pull our show off Spotify. It's like, wait a second, I'm contributing to this guy raising the rates on everybody.
Correct.
I don't know if I want
you're
content
providing
on
him
there.
free content, and he's just like, yeah, now I'll charge everybody $1 for this thing that's actually free in other
people
places.
Know we're on Spotify.
If they listen to other things there, then probably. I mean, most podcasts can be found on Spotify, so I'd be shocked if they didn't.
I'm giving it to them for free. I might have to rethink this strategy. Screw you, Spotify. Does anybody have Spotify without ads? I pay for it, so I don't have to have ads.
I got the ads, but I got the YouTube Music, so that's the one I use, even though it's not great.
I love how
It
everybody
works.
probably has Amazon Music, but nobody uses it, and it's already there and it's free.
It's free, but it has ads.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
well then never mind.
You Jeff Bezos, you little bald
Mhm.
bastard.
Mhm.
I get the YouTube Music because then it gives you the YouTube Premium, and then I can watch YouTube without ads.
We got a bunch of texts on the text line that I was not paying attention to and missed. We will catch up on that when we come back. And we probably will not talk any more hockey. Why would we do that? Well, I mean,
I'll just be honest, when it comes to hockey, I do not know what the hell I'm talking about.
not a clue. It's just like the Belmont Stakes, which we're going to remind everybody what our picks are when we come back to. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
From groan-worthy dad jokes to patching up skinned knees, your one-of-a-kind dad deserves a gift guaranteed to take him to his happy place. Show him the love with a gift as unforgettable as he is. Omaha Steaks. Order the deluxe Father's Day gift package at omahasteaks.com. 20 unforgettable entrees plus 4 free burgers for just $89.99 when you use promo code SIZZLE at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com. Code SIZZLE at checkout.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
You're expanding your business and need to add to your fleet. Maybe you need another semi-truck or trailer. Don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used trucks and trailers. Whether you're an owner-operator or a fleet manager, I'll get the vehicles you need with a simple application and same-day approval. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353 or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harman Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmansolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189, or just go to harmansolar.com.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
Hi, I'm Ralph Romano.
And I'm Neil Lynch.
And we're the Weekend Warriors.
Ralph, I think we should change the name of our show.
To what?
Let's call it 30 Years Sports Talk Interview Fun Time.
What kind of name is that?
Well, we've been friends for over 30 years.
Yeah.
We talk about sports.
Sure.
We interview personalities from the Arizona sports scene.
Okay.
And we have fun.
Dude, are you done?
For now, yes.
Look, Neil, all this is true, but let's just stick to our regular name.
Okay, Ralph, but I think my name is better.
Anyways, it's the Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic. Hefty Lefty says that Babel ad there sounds like they should call Summit Male Medical. It's not long and it's not hard.
Oh, I see what they're doing.
Last Optimist says, I used to pay for NHL TV, but I haven't been able to watch a game since they moved it to the ESPN Plus. So wait, the NHL.TV is gone and now it's all on ESPN Plus? Or are you just talking about the finals?
No, I've seen a lot of hockey games on regular ESPN.
It is on regular ESPN, but it's also on ESPN Plus. Is a lot of the games, and people who used to watch the games on NHL TV, I don't think they have the games anymore.
Aha!
ESPN took all of them.
Once again, they're
Paywall
grooming
bastards.
the American public to pay to watch sports.
Pierre says we should care about the CFL. You are incorrect. Bear Claw says, if I remember correctly, the Utah Jazz used to be the New Orleans Jazz. Well, yeah, we all know that, but come on, Utah.
Change the name when they move.
Change the name. There ain't no Jazz there. There's no Jazz there. There's no Jazz in Utah.
I would argue with you. I believe there's a vibrant and growing jazz culture there.
I do not believe you. I mean, Utah exports. I'm looking up the exports of Utah to see what they do there.
The exports?
Yeah. Aircraft parts, medical needles, catheters. I'm serious. $500 million a year that state gets for their catheters and needles. Data processing parts because of all the salt. I don't know. 385 million, 567 million in aircraft parts, but about 7 billion in gold. Are they? They're still mining gold in Utah? Huh. Oh, they exported $1.2 billion of chemicals. All right. Let's see. Top agriculture: cattle, calves, hogs, shrimp. The what? How are you making shrimp? I guess the saltwater.
I guess.
Did not see shrimp being a prime export. Well, it's brine shrimp, so maybe it's a thing where they're not like the shrimp we eat, but maybe that's used for something else. I don't know. I was a bit surprised at some of these.
Utah has a thriving jazz scene with many jazz bands, clubs, and other institutions. Utah has many bands, including swing bands, small groups, and traditional New Orleans brand.
Can I tell you what happens, Randy? When white people do jazz, it stops being jazz.
You got to speak for yourself, Jack. I
don't know
played
that
a
that's
pretty
true,
pretty
but-
mean jazz drum kit.
Uh-huh.
Pretty mean jazz drum kit.
Uh-huh.
Just keep that in mind.
I feel like it becomes something else.
It's still jazz.
What do you mean? I love
like
jazz.
one of the greats of all time, Bill Evans. It's not jazz because Bill Evans was making it. It doesn't come something else. It's still jazz.
I'm skeptical.
The University of Utah School of Music Jazz Area organizes a monthly outreach program called SLC Jams, which includes musical workshop and jam session.
I feel like white people learn jazz from sheet music, and that's not how you're supposed to do it.
Well,
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you gotta have feel and soul when you play jazz.
That is something our people does just not in abundance.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, Randy's got soul.
I'm just saying.
Damn right I do.
Hurry Harry says, results of yelling the infamous word from yesterday, nothing. What was the infamous word from? Oh,
vaginale.
Vaginale. He says nothing happened. But then I remembered I'm in Sun City, and the demographics for Sun City, mostly older people, so maybe they couldn't hear me. By the way, we did not request anybody roll down their window and yell, vaginale. We did not. Oh, geez. Little girl has a sleepover tonight. I probably shouldn't be yelling that today.
No, probably not. No. Mm-mm.
She's got to go home and tell her mom.
Hello, mommy.
So
this man here just yelled vaginally.
Vaginally? No, vaginally.
You got to say it exactly that way.
There's going to be a conference. You know, you're saying it wrong, right? Hamilton Porter says, is hockey still a Canadian sport if they haven't won its Stanley Cup in 30 years? No.
That was quick. Wasn't even a thought.
You're ours now, you Canadian bitches. Let's see. Baker's cocky hen. Baker's cocky. Listen, this is not the first international incident I'm about to start. Baker's cocky hen says, "Have you seen BYU? That whole place is filled with jazz hands, if you know what I mean." Oh,
what does he mean?
I'll explain to you later. All right. Nondescript says Brian Shrimp. Utah's exporting sea monkeys. Yep. That's what brine shrimp are, basically, sea monkeys. They're ripping off kids all across the globe. I don't think anybody's buying those anymore.
No.
Because it's like, you only bought those because you got a comic book, and on the back page, it had an ad for the sea monkeys, and you're like, oh. And they didn't look like the pictures, by the way.
No.
They didn't look like because they had eyes, and the dad shrimp had a pipe, and like all the sea monkeys were clothed and just doing things and playing tennis, and
they never
added
like that.
You added the water to your sea monkeys, and then just like little things just sort of did that, right? And I knocked mine over onto my brother's bed, and I was like, I never told him.
Oh, gee.
And it was like, started to smell bad. It started to get gamey. I didn't say a word. And my mom was like, did you pee the bed? I'm like, oh, I was just loving this. Wow. I think Mom, I think maybe he did. Wow. My older brother. Why does it smell like fish? Wow. Might be doing more that we don't know about, Mom.
Hey.
I think you should pull him out of here and question him.
That's diabolical.
Well,
oh, you have no idea the evil that man put on me. When we were kids, he was my older brother. And we would sit there, right? It'd be dark. It was right before you fall asleep conversation. And be like, my brother was a genius mathematician when he was younger. So when he said this, it was believable. He's like, I'm going to destroy the world. Me too. Especially you. Good night. And I was just like, oh crap, how do I stop him?
also diabolical. Just
no, diabolical. When I was 3 years old, I'm like, I was this cute little kid, like I was a teddy bear cute. And I was playing in the backyard. And him and his little bastard friend in the house behind us, this was in Colorado, said, hey, Jeffrey, come look under the fence. Oh yeah, you knew what happened next. I'm like, okay, what? Oh, it's the coolest thing. Quick, look under the fence. There's a hole in the bottom of the fence. I looked under the fence and I got eyeballs filled with dirt. Boosh. I was like, I can't even cry because mud's coming out of this. My eyeballs were coated with just straight up dirt.
He had it coming.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had it coming.
That was one of the first things.
Because wow,
my mom is like flushing out my eyes with the hose and just big muddy clumps and tears. That's how life with him started. It got worse. He was evil and he had a big nose, so I called him Nostradamus. He didn't like that, and it got worse. This is true stories right here. So if I spilled a little sea monkey water in his bed and made Mom wonder the hell he was doing, I just sat there quietly. Excellent.
He had it coming. He had it coming. No. I take back what I said.
And he was sitting there too after she left. He's just sitting there kind of shaking his head like, I don't know, maybe when we ate that fish, I was sweaty. He's like, I didn't pee the bed. I didn't pee the bed. Like, no, of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. Excellent.
I can see you in the corner doing that too.
Excellent. Brunswick guy says, is this the same older brother you just spread his ashes? Yes, that's correct.
Just sunk his remains in the river.
Right. Sent him to the great beyond in a beautiful spot. It's better than he deserved. I'll tell you that right now. Kyle G says, hey, did you see the U.S. beat Pakistan for the World Championship of Cricket? We talked about this the other day, just jokingly, nobody cares. He said, I didn't even know we had a team. Kind of thought we like was one we were letting them have, like soccer or something. I don't know.
No, this is America. We compete in everything and try to win it all, even the stupid stuff that doesn't really matter to us. Not that cricket is stupid, but we don't get it here mostly.
Stupid. Cricket's stupid.
I'm sure it's a fine game. I just don't
It's
understand.
overly
It.
complicated. Takes way too long. It's just I don't know how.
From the idea,
how
from
many
the,
kids go? Let's play cricket. None.
in every
Zero.
other part of the world.
No, they don't.
Many people, yes,
They don't even
because
know what they're doing.
Europeans love cricket. You got the Indians, you got the Pakistani, you got a lot of the people in the Caribbean. Everyone else on this earth is playing cricket, but us. I'm not saying we have to.
None of them are having fun.
I disagree.
None of them are having fun. Nobody's having fun watching
when
it.
when I
Nobody's
lived
having
in
fun
Georgia,
playing it. Certainly, no one's having fun coaching it or driving their kids to go do it.
That's not true. I was in Georgia, and me and my sister were playing tennis, and she was in the process of kicking my ass. And then there was a tennis court where they had taken the net down, like it got messed up, so they took it down, so the whole court was just open. And a bunch of these kids, like some Indian kids, came by and just started playing cricket over.
It was supposed to be played on the grass.
I mean, it's
Usually.
usually,
Yeah.
but that was an open space for them to play, and they went over there. It was pretty cool to see because I've never seen anybody do that before. Just start playing pickup cricket. I've never
On a
witnessed
tennis
this.
court, no doubt.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Georgia. They just in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia.
Wow.
What the hell were those kids doing there?
I don't know. They was there.
Kyle G says, I read that. Yeah. Noah says, us Canadian Indians are not fans of cricket. We like hockey. Okay. Noah, are you Canadian? Okay. I'm going to change the term. Native Northern American. See what I did there? Yeah. Because it's not Native American in Canada. It's Native Northern American. Are you Indigenous or Indians, or are you India Indians? Canadian Indians, he says. Are you Canadian Hindis? Or I don't know what the actual. I think that's the right term. So are you?
I can't help you with that one.
I think I've made myself clear. Are you indigenous to North America, or are you from a place that has like 1.5 billion people in it?
Though I do think it's very weird if you are. There are 40 million people who live in Canada. I don't know if you can speak for all the Indians in Canada.
Well, I mean, I imagine they all know each other. So I mean,
why would that be the case? Why would that be the case?
Man, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you tell somebody, "Hey, I'm something," they're going to go, "Oh, do you know Carl?" But no, I don't know Carl.
I had a teacher who was from Guyana when I was in college, and I'm from Guyana, so we were all introducing ourselves on like the first day of class, and I mentioned it, and she stopped the class and like went down a list of, well, do you know so and so? And I'm just like, no. But as it turns out, actually, she used to be friends with my mom.
Oh my God. So she did know you.
Wow. Apparently she did. I didn't know any of the people she was talking
Guyana's
about.
not as big a place as other places, I guess.
No, it's actually quite tiny. Yeah.
Noah says, actually, we prefer the name First Nations in Canada. I'm a member of the Canadian First Nations. So you're an Indian.
Okay.
You're native.
When I said Indian,
how about we just say you're native?
When I said Indian, I meant people from India.
Yeah.
Playing
That's what
cricket.
I thought he was saying too. That's
Yeah,
how I
but
had to clarify.
Yeah, but
I'm
if
glad I
you're saying,
did.
if you're saying you're First Nations, then that means you're not from India. And
Whistling
sure, you'd like
Gerbil-
hockey because you're there.
Whistling Gerbil says, "Are you allowed to say Indian?" I'm going with yes.
On account of it's a country, like it's asking, like, am I allowed to say Japanese? Am I allowed to say American? What does that mean?
Well, we say Native Americans here.
Yeah.
You say First Nations in Canada. Thank you for that update. And, back in the day was the Bureau of Indian Affairs. I feel like you can say it and not be evil about it. Doesn't mean it's racist just because you say Indian. I mean, Native
Yeah,
American.
like if you say it and the person you're talking to happens to be Native American or First Nations in this case, and they tell you, I don't want to be called Indian, then you just don't call them that and don't be a rude person about it.
Or like, oh, so you don't want to be called Indian. Okay. All right, whiny little snowflake. Wait, what? You don't want to be called that either? Oh, sorry. Oh,
just
I will call you Native American. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, oops, my thing is doing weird things. I think it's Aborigines in Australia. Well, yeah, that's what they're called.
Oh, yeah.
But they're native, but they're not the same people.
See, this is why Christopher Columbus is a dumbass, thought he was in India, and now we're confused generations later.
Yep.
That's what's happening to us now.
What would we have called the Indians if Christopher Columbus hadn't been a dumbass? And by the way, he might not have been a dumbass. It might have been because he's like, oh, crap, I was supposed to find India. And if I go back having not found India, so we're just going to say these are Indians. It might have not been dumb. It might have been just save my ass.
Yeah, because he borrowed a lot of money for that.
So
maybe.
I wonder if he'd been honest about this, or if he'd gotten it right, what would we be calling the Native Americans now? Because there was no America. You can't go, hey, I found some Native Americans. Like, what's an American? Okay. I found some people, some half naked people, running around over here on this big plot of land.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. What would the Spanish have called?
Maybe this is why he called them Indians. He could not think of anything. Like, he had how many months on the boat there and how many months on the boat back, and he's like all the time going, I'm just gonna go with Indian. I can't think of another name for
I just
see, we can't think of anything. Why? How could Christopher Columbus?
He got to the business of enslaving people right away. I don't know that he was giving it that level of thought. I don't think he really cared what he called them.
Blanket coffers. No, that just seems a bit.
Oh, no.
That seems a bit.
Oh my God!
It's not really a positive light here.
No, not really.
Corn growers. No, geez, that.
People
they
of the
taught
corn.
us, and now we
People of
grow
the corn.
corn too. So we're all corn growers. See, that naming things is hard. I mean,
It is.
One
It is.
thing that nobody's ever bothered to do is ask them, hey, what shall we call you? That would have been probably the first place to start. Rather than wiping them out. I'm just saying. Maybe we learn from this.
Yeah. For the future.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, just don't call me an Indiana fan. Nobody should have to be known because of that place. Well, listen, you're not hurting me. I don't care about Indiana. I'm just a Colts fan. I don't care about Indianapolis. I don't care about India. I don't care. I'm sorry, India. I don't care. Indiana. I don't care about Baltimore. I just happen to like the team. The rest of it, I just don't care about. Zay says, my girlfriend is Native, and her whole family says they prefer Native.
Okay.
Fair enough. Native works for me. Hefty Lefty says, gotta ask what the Vikings called Native. That is interesting.
That's true. Yeah, they did get here as well.
Noah says, we also really like basketball in the First Nations. We invented lacrosse. I can see that. Yeah.
That's very cool.
That's true. All right, let's take a break. Enough of this civics lesson. We got to move on and talk some other stuff. I don't know what. We'll figure it out when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of overtime or a shot on goal in the first period, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from June 7th through the 10th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a Father's Day gift from the Home Depot. Because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. For Father's Day, upgrade his gear with the Husky 270-piece mechanics tool set from the Home Depot. Just $99. Perfect in the hands of a pro or a dad. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Life is full of bright moments, but sometimes those moments can seem too far away. Trained and caring crisis specialists in Arizona can assist you with any situation, big or small. Free and confidential help is only one text away, day or night. Text the word HOPE to 4HOPE. That's HOPE to 44673. These moments matter, and so do you. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30, 50, 70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit IQannuity.com.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today's blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We have a mystery on our hands.
We have a mystery.
Yeah.
All right.
So Radio Ron, for some reason, sent me a text saying, "Hey, did Mr. Wilbur's text get blocked from the show?" And I'm like, no, I never blocked Mr. Wilbur. And then I was like, I should go see when the last time he texted was, because remember I told you guys about the cell phone issues with the Verizon and T-Mobile and all that. So I thought, I wonder if that has something to do with it. So then I look up Wilbur. There's nothing in there. I look up Wilbur with a U. There's nothing in there. I look up Mr. There's no Mr. Wilbur. And I'm thinking, did Ralph ban Mr. Wilbur without telling me? Did he hit the blocked button?
I don't think he would have done that.
Mr. Wilbur doesn't exist on here. So, Mr. Wilbur, if you're listening, find somebody who can see and have them email blender at 1580thefanatic.com your phone number so I can put it in the system and figure out what happened, because I think once somebody gets blocked, I don't know that there's I don't know if we can see who they are. You know what I'm saying? So no, did not block Mr. Wilbur. I'm at a loss. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm not going to read every single one of his crazy texts, because sometimes it don't make sense.
It's just jibber jabber.
Yeah. But I'm like, right now I'm looking through the thing here and I don't see any, I don't see the block list. Yeah. Okay. So Ron is saying the message on Facebook say he's been trying to text, trying to get through, and I'm not reading his texts. Wilbur, if you're listening, and I'll go check on the Facebook thing too and let you know, you have disappeared from the system for some strange reason. Unless somebody changed your name to something rude, but I haven't seen anything from you, man. So we'll get that sorted out. Huh? Just weirdness. That's a mystery. I wouldn't ban Mr. Wilbur. Does he ever give Ralph a hard time?
I think he gives us all a hard time.
I wonder if Ralph would have done it. I'll have to find out. He won't admit it. he won't admit it. Let's see here. Oh, look, there's an opt-out report. People who have said, I don't want to hear from you anymore. Yeah. Manitoba Moose and Gravy and Biscuits. They're gone. And a bunch of numbers I've never seen before. Well, no, I can't find Mr. Wilbur in here. So I don't know what's happening with that, but we will definitely sort this out, Wilbur. 888-368-1580. Kringleberry says, yay, what happened to Ralph Has Crabs? Did he change his name? He has disappeared too. Hold on, let me see. Ralph.
Has there just been a group of people trying to text into this show and they have simply not been able to get through?
I wonder. I just put in crabs.
Is there a limit to the amount of people you can add to the system?
I think Ralph blocked him. I don't see Ralph Has Crabs in here anymore. What the hell?
I don't think Ralph's blocked multiple people though. Is there a limit to how many people you can add? To where it just starts deleting people who were added earlier?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Ralph Has Crabs no longer exists in the system. Gotta tell you, gonna have to be a conversation with Ralph. It sounds like
we have a mystery.
Kyle G says, "Sir, you're saying is you've left Wilbur in the dark." Well, he didn't see that coming. Yeah. John Elway's Teeth says, reunion party. Hey, John Elway's Teeth. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Wilbur can't be seen, huh? This is some alternate universe where he isn't blind, but he's invisible. Brunswick Guy says, I was wondering why things have been so peaceful lately. I thought both Mr. Wilbur or Donnie had been blocked. Well, Donnie, a lot of times we just run out of time for his text.
Is that what you
yeah, sorry.
Okay.
You're just trying your best, man.
Just making sure Donnie is not heard on this radio program.
Silver Pop says, good afternoon, gentlemen. This conversation about you're having about the team names, for example, the Florida Panthers, Carolina Panthers, and whatnot, reminded me of a play on words, what I said once when I was a kid. When I was in the 4th grade, I got suspended for 3 days from school because I asked my math teacher if she had algae in her bra. She was an old hag and she was very offended. She probably did have algae in her bra.
Or mold.
Yeah, you probably struck a chord there.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for that one joke, and it was harmless. And then they said, use this word in a sentence. I swear to God, this is true. And I said, cantaloupe. Cantaloupe with Jenny. We're too young. And Jenny started crying and ran out of the room. What I didn't realize is she was in love with me. And when I said I cantaloupe with her, it hurt her feelings. And my mom got called in. What? I bleep you not. Yeah. I felt like it was a pretty solid joke for a 6th grader.
Yeah, I thought so too. Also, you couldn't have gotten my parents to come to the school for that.
They'd be like, no. Baby Mullet was worried that Wilbur went to Brazil. Well, if he's able to send us a message on Facebook, clearly he's alive. So Ray says, I don't ever want to stop being able to text the show. I need to behave myself. I don't know. It's just, I didn't delete anybody. Slow-Mo Zoe says, yeah, them shrimp, them, what were they called? The
brine shrimp?
No, the sea monkeys. Yeah. See, the kind of like X-ray glasses, really. The Tom says, yeah, those brine shrimps in the Great Salt Lake, they use those to feed pet fish and they send them to fish farms. So that's where that comes from. That makes sense. That does make sense. Last Optimist says, I do not have ESPN or ESPN Plus. Well, you better have Channel 15 available because that's where you're going to watch either the hockey or the NBA
basketball.
Right now.
Yeah.
Bruno Baller says, if they decided the name of a hockey team up there in Salt Lake. Oh, he's asking. Yeah, so far they've only registered the Salt Lake Hockey Club or something, or the Utah Hockey Club.
I think they should be called the brine shrimp.
I think that would work.
Yeah.
That'd work because we don't care anymore.
The Utah
our hearts are broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
how about the Utah Bastards? How about that?
Sons of bitches. Yeah, you couldn't see it, but I just gave him menacing sort of like, how about we kick your ass look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Big George says, wait, what, that song is country? The Billy Joel McAllister thing? It's from the 60s. I thought it was part of the folk music movement.
Oh, well, it's 60s, and it's the Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge. Yeah. I think it's been done by a number of people.
We're not going to do any more of this, are we?
And I hope not.
Yeah. All right.
It was originally done by Bobby Gentry.
So, Jet, why are you sending me a link? Please, you don't send links. I don't know what you're sending.
Sinead O'Connor did in 1995. Did the Billy Joe song? It's called "Ode to Billy Joe."
We didn't start the fire.
No, not Billy Joel. Billy Joe.
It's really a dumb song, by the way.
As in G.I. Joe.
Whistling Gerbil says, shouldn't he come up as a new texter? I don't know what's going on. He's texting in, but it's not coming through. I'll sort it out. Everybody's all nervous now. George's like, oh, I'm going to behave myself. I'm not the one who's deleting people. It might be Ralph. I'm going to check with Ralph, see what's going on. But even Ralph, I don't think he would delete anybody. We're going to have to sort this out. Mm-hmm. I don't even see a message on the Facebook. This is a very weird day. This is very weird. Don't worry. This is not going to become the next hour of the show trying to figure this out. But that is troubling. So we'll get that sorted. But one more hour of Daily Blender coming up. It's that's just that thing. I'm 1580 the Fanatic.
O'Reilly. Eliminate carbon and varnish deposits with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up. A clean fuel system can increase performance and fuel economy. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for just $9 and get 2 times O Rewards points. In-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do you need equipment for your business but don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used equipment. Excavators, forklifts, dozers, tractors, cranes, plows, and more. If it's essential to your business, I will help you get the money you need. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. That's 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every basket, every game, every point, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game, or a player goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
The Arizona primary election is on July 30th, 2024. Voting locations are open on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All qualified voters need to show ID. Still have your mail-in ballot? Return it at any voting location or secure election drop box. You can also check the status of your early ballot, see voting locations, and review accepted IDs by visiting arizona.vote. That's arizona.vote. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
As we plan for our retirement, there are 4 questions we need to ask ourselves or our retirement planning advisor. How much? How long? How safe? And what cost? Let's start with how much. That is, how much income we think we'll need each and every year for the rest of our lives, including all the activities we want to enjoy during our retirement, like travel, recreation, and entertainment. Plus the cost of housing, including repair and maintenance, taxes, insurance, and utilities, as well as the cost of healthcare, including expenses not covered by Medicare.
Enjoy safe, secure lifetime income of 5 to 9% for life, depending on age and deferral period, with no fee deductions and no annuitizing. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so let's compare free in Scottsdale. For more, visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Are we live? We're live. Okay. I got Wilbur's number. And I'm trying to add him back in. But when I try to add him in, it says he's opted out.
I know what happened then.
What happened?
If he said something that was like stop,
Oh.
no, then the text line kicks you out. And he may not have realized that he did it, got kicked out, and it never.
So I'm telling him, text in and type start. That might do it. That might do it.
Or opt back in.
Oh, look, we found Ralph Has Crabs. He says, hey, Blender crew, this is Ralph Has Crabs from Victoria, BC. I'm texting from a new number. I stopped texting in on my other number because you stopped reading my texts. Now I know that was not the case, and Ralph blocked me. Thought that might happen. Well, I'm back, baby. I don't remember not reading Ralph Has Crabs text.
So are you saying, Ralph Has Crabs, that you went out and bought a new phone, got a new number, just so that you could text back into the show?
Yeah, clearly that's what happened. I just added you back in, Ralph Has Crabs. So there's a lot of this. I texted Ralph. I asked if he blocked Mr. Wilbur. Now it turns out I've just accused him of it. Yeah, there he is. Wilbur's back. I told him, text in start. He's start. There you go. Oh, this is funny. Now I can see all his texts that he's missed. Here's what he tried. He was desperate. Reinstate. Testing. Unblock. Test. Told him start. And he's a start. Oh, he's back. He's back. Okay, so now you go. All's well.
You're no longer in the dark, Mr. Wilbur.
Well, then again,
I know. I'll just go ahead.
Yeah, and I gotta type now. I gotta tell Ralph, never mind. Blind guy hit stop. Yeah. Oh, was I saying that out loud when I was texting?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
Reading as you text.
Yeah. So there's the thing. If you ever I wonder how many people have seen. I told the company about this. They're like, that doesn't happen. I'm like, it happens. Clearly, it happens. And I showed them screenshots of this exact thing. So what's funny is it should tell them when they text in again that. Now, let's see how far back this goes.
I wonder if he did get told, but he didn't notice, and if he was continuing to text.
You mean because he was blind, he couldn't see it?
Right.
You said it.
Trying
that's
to go.
That's one for Keon.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Here it is.
Called him blind right
I
there.
did not call him blind.
It was June 4th when he's texted in stop, drop, and Tootsie Roll.
Mm-hmm.
The hell is that? What does that even mean? Stop, drop, and Tootsie Roll.
So what got him? He basically got a penalty that lasted 3 days. And the text line was the one that delivered the penalty.
It's tough.
You don't mess with the text line, man. Do not mess with the text line.
Makes you wonder how many other people, right?
You cannot
how many
have
other people are accidentally blocked and don't even know.
And don't notice.
They're like, these guys are jerks.
Look, if you haven't had your text read in a very long time, I would just text start just in case.
Wilbur says that was a reference to when the guy pooped out the side of his pants. I don't even remember that.
I
from
don't
June
remember
4th.
that. Wow.
Oh, but that
Wow.
does make me think of something. You want to hear the worst thing you're going to hear today? You want to hear
Sure.
something really, really bad?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe.
And this is Miss Kim, Randy's wife, sent me this. I already had it, but this is how she knew this is going to be a thing that's going to make Randy like, oh, this is messed up, Randy. This is messed up. And it's something I worried about when I had my appendix out. When you've got the stitches, you've got the wound right there, right?
Yeah.
Well, this dude in Florida, of course it's Florida.
Well,
This,
where else would it be?
63-year-old guy. You ever
Yeah.
have that thing where I hate when I'll accidentally cough hiccup. do that thing. And it's like, oh God, it's bad enough having the hiccups. And I got the coughing hiccups.
What about when you sneeze fart?
Oh, that cracks me up. That doesn't bother me at all.
It happens to me all the time.
By the way, last night I kept waking myself up with these long, these long farts, and I kept looking over at her. And the next morning, it's like, "How'd you do?" She's like, "I didn't sleep very well." Oh, really? I thought she was gonna say, "You've been ripping ass all night." And she's like, "I had a lot of dreams." I'm like, I bet you did.
Nauseous fumes will do that to you.
you
inhale them while you're asleep.
Yeah, don't worry about it, honey. You'll be fine. But no, this guy. Okay, so he's 63 years old, and he's hanging out at dinner. He's at a diner, and he's just like, he had surgery recently, so he had his little wound underneath there, and he coughed and sneezed at the same time. And well, 1 minute, the wound, it looked like this. That's see the diagram right there.
Yeah.
So he's like, achoo, cough, and then it looked like this. His entire bowel came out right out the front.
No. Oh no!
Yes, his colon exploded out the front of his stomach in a diner. Oh
no!
Here's the actual report. 63-year-old noticed a wet sensation followed by a sharp pain. No. When he lifted his shirt, he saw several inches of bowel sticking out of his surgical wound.
No. I don't like it.
His wife called an ambulance upon arrival. Paramedics said, "Oh my God!" He had a 3-inch opening, large amounts of bowel sort of protruding through it.
Oh man!
So let me just, for reference, this is good. This is bad.
I am terrified.
Good.
Yeah.
Bad.
Many
Bad.
things, but that's a top 5 fear of just no.
He disemboweled himself in a diner
by
boy.
sneezing.
Cough
Now, that really doesn't make the difference for me, honestly, because it's something you can't help. It's involuntary either way, whether you sneeze or cough sneeze. That should not happen to you. I am horrified right now.
Why didn't he put his hand over it?
That's exactly what I said.
To hold it in.
When I was recovering from the transplant, I did that with my arms. I covered my body when I started coughing or sneezing with any sort of force, and I always cover this. I had several hundred staples across my abdomen here, so I was always afraid of something popping out that wasn't supposed to. Like that guy, poor dude. What's going on? Wow.
After I had my appendix out at 15, my friend Jeff, we used to fight and roughhouse all the time, right? And I had him scared to death that if he punched me, his hand would go inside me. I had the upper hand on him for like a full year because I'd go and he'd go and I go pop. Take the advantages where you can get them. But this guy actually turned out, man, a lot of times you die from this. You have like 4 in 10 die, and but they rushed him to the hospital, and immediately surgeons put that all back where it needed to go, cleaned it up, and then he got out in a week. Like a week later, he's out again, and I'd be like, I don't want to go out there.
For me, it's just the idea of ever sneezing again would terrify me.
Need some ace bandage to keep
sneezing
that stuff
or
in
coughing.
There. Yeah.
Maybe like just a belt. Just, I don't know, wear high pants. Something to keep it from coming out.
High pants.
I don't know what you use. Is there some natural thing? I feel like an ace bandage ought to do it, right?
One of those big neoprene back braces that you Velcro on. You know what I mean?
Just Scotch tape, anything.
Just
try.
Anything's better than that. Yeah.
Chew. Oh, bloop. What if it made that bloop?
I'm surprised he
What
didn't.
Noise does that make?
I don't want to know, to be honest.
Probably a noise for that would be something like.
Oh, God. There's got to be a bloop involved.
Yeah, right there
at the end, probably. Why are we? imagining this. This is
not imagining this. This crap happened.
Yeah, but like imagining
We're
what it would sound
recreating.
like.
We're recreating. It's not imagining. That's recreating.
Well, I don't want it recreated either. That's worse objectively.
See, Nurse Scratchit. Leave it to a nurse. She's a girdle. The word you're looking for is girdle.
Girdle.
Yeah,
thank you.
get the
Thank
old
you.
William
Nurse Scratchit.
Shatner on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there. Just keep your guts on the inside.
Oh, man.
Golly. Good God. No.
Yeah,
No.
Nurse Scratchit. Nurse Scratchit gets it. She's like, yeah, from like August 23rd, 2023 until May of 24, my text did not go through.
Oh, wow.
That's a long time. I feel so bad.
We've got to get that fixed.
It's not.
We've got to take a club. I say we get a posse together and ride on these guys.
Well, let me see here. Where's the contact? If we're going to drive over, I better find out where this place is.
We show up with clubs and torches.
If I look at billing and it shows an address to send the payments to, no, I don't see anything. Wisely, they are not listed. I don't know. I'm not
smart.
I'm not
on their
done
part.
looking. I'll find it. I'll find these people.
And
then we'll ride. Pierre says he said, oh, he actually typed this in English. He says if it's a problem, I'll start the text in English. I don't want to be stuck unknowingly say stop in French. You moron. You just
said it in English.
You just said it just now.
You have to hit
now you have to say start and probably in English.
Start, I think, is the only word that works. Why did I help him?
We're talking about. I love Pierre.
That's right. Pierre, we like Pierre.
We like Pierre.
We do like Pierre. It's just
he's the one that turns our show on in the middle of having sex with some young lady.
I don't know why that bothers me. It does. I don't want to be a part of that.
We are his background music for love.
Unless I made music that you are using for those purposes. I really
know you have.
Not
Pierre just he did it. He got back in the Frenchest of ways. To start. Not just start. To start.
I guess that would make sense.
Baby Mullet says of the guy whose colon exploded out of his stomach, says, well, now you don't got to pay for dessert. It's always the optimist right there. Ringless Joe says, hopefully Doncic and his band of dumbasses can get swept by the Celtics so we can send them back to Dallas and irrelevancy. Okay. All right, Ringless Joe. Not really what we're talking about. Again, Ringless Joe is just, I don't think he listens. I think he just will text in something.
Yeah, just whatever he happens to be thinking at the moment.
A little hatred for Luca, and then he goes about his day. Sideshow Bob says, damn! To the guy whose colon exploding.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, can't use the first word in a text with that S word. Happened to me once, but literally text you saying you opted out, and it tells you how to opt back in. I guess Wilbur couldn't read it with those eyes.
There it is. Wow.
No, that's true. That should be unwhistled. That should be unwhistled. That's just truth.
We'll take it back. It's truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're spitting out truth like a bottle of Drano today.
I am curious, Wilbur. When you scrolled up, did you see that the opt-out thing there? Just curious. Ray says, start. Ray.
There's a bunch of people we haven't heard from in a while, and
all of a sudden you're going to get texts from a bunch of people. Bad Grandpa.
His text, he says, I don't ever want to stop being able to text the show. I got to behave myself. Then he's like, oh crap, I said stop in my last text. I didn't stop. And then he's start.
It's funny to me when people notice right away. They'll accidentally say it. They'll get the text telling them that they've opted out, and then it's just a sad start.
Suddenly, Bad Grandpa on the bat phone, a whole bunch of
everybody's coming back.
We haven't seen in years.
I am Bat phone.
Ralph Has Crabs says, no, Randy, I was using my work phone now to text.
Okay.
He says, we'll see how long this lasts.
don't text stop. I can tell you that.
Ringless Joe says, I heard that and I'm listening. All right.
With
Just
that,
checking, because a lot of times your text is not connected to anything we're talking
you
about.
are on your own subject.
Ringless Joe's like, I just want to change the subject.
Can we talk sports?
Anything but what you're talking about. Sideshow Bob says sneezing and crapping at the same time. Old people stuff. He didn't sneeze and crap. He sneezed and coughed at the same time and shot his colon out of an already iffy wound. That is
damn near killed
well, it
him.
didn't come out there. It came out his stomach. Like the monster from Alien. Just
yeah.
Only it didn't
Face-
sing like
face
in
huggers.
Spaceballs. It didn't sing and dance with a little top hat. Hello, my baby. Hello, my mama.
Oh my god.
Hello, my ragtime. No, it was just colon.
I think that's what it sounded like.
Just
colon, just angrily announced.
Colon. Oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid man, the colon man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. It's not a brick wall. It's a guy's stomach. God.
It's so much worse.
Opened him up like a zipper on some Jordache jeans, Jack.
Mhm.
Why?
It did. That does look like a zipper right there, doesn't it? It does.
Sadly.
Ah! I love how they drew it. They're like, you can't handle it if you saw it. So here's a stick figure drawing of it.
If you saw it, you wouldn't eat for 3 days. You just
Oof. Pink Eye has a serious question.
Okay.
This is not a serious show, but try your best.
If the Celtics beat the Mavs, does that mean the West is overrated?
No.
No, it doesn't mean it's overrated. And listen, this series, I don't think it's going to be sweep-tastic. I don't think it's going to be. If they come back and have another game like this, now you got to start wondering. But Game 3 is going to be the one that tells the truest of the stories.
They are
Game
going to
3.
have to make an adjustment, though. Once Porzingis was out there, getting to the basket was really tough. There were a lot of threes that Dallas took, and they didn't make very many of them, which means that those weren't threes that they actually wanted to take. They were forced to take those shots by the defense of Boston. They're going to have to adjust.
Mr. Wilbur says, true confession. I had my wife check my text message to see if I did get the op back then text, and I did not. But that's okay, boys. I'm back online, and I feel like an alcoholic who's just going to sit down and have a drink right now. My shaking is over.
Okay.
Shaking angrily because he thought we were ignoring him.
It's kind of sad. It's he was probably about like a day away from coming down and finding. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
He was about a month away from becoming and finding us.
Damn Ubers.
Ringless Joe says, well, it is a sports radio station. Sports are always on topic, even when the topic is exploding colons. Yeah, but see, if you push me one way, I'm going to go the other way, and you're never going to get any damn sports. I'm that kind of guy. I am that kind of petty. Sideshow Bob says, I've crapped in a toilet and seen the aftermath, but I've never crapped in a bag and seen it.
What?
Nobody say anything about crapping in a bag?
I think he's referring to those that have to have an ostomy.
Yeah, there's no ostomy here. It just went bloop right out of his body. I don't think you're really understanding this.
It came out of his stomach, which is not supposed to do if you have ever had a colon inside you, which I assume you do.
Glendale Mullet sharing the old Phil Hartman colon blow thing from Saturday Night Live. That was so good. Nurse Scratchit says, yeah, I never got an opted out or anything like that message either. Ah, geez. All right. So
maybe that's something that they can actually fix over there.
Do we need to run like a PSA? If you like a lawyer thing, if you think you've been blocked from the Daily Blender, you might be entitled to compensation.
Compensation.
Tell you what, everybody who thinks they've been blocked by the
888-368-1388.
Daily Blender, we will refund every single penny you've ever spent listening to the show times 10.
I think it's more than fair, to be honest.
I'm going to start writing checks.
Downright generous.
Yeah, I know. That's just me. I'm a giver.
Mhm.
All right, let's take a break and we'll come back and let's talk some football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Boston Celtics won game one of the NBA Finals Thursday night, 107-89 in a rout. They led by 21 points at halftime, never looked back. Kristaps Porzingis off the bench at 20 points, and all five starters were in double figures. Game two of the series will be on Sunday in Boston, and the Celtics are a 7-point favorite, minus 275 on the money line, while the Mavericks are plus 225. The over-under is at 215, the over minus 108, the under minus 112. Boston now minus 420 to win the finals. Dallas plus 330. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-345-2789. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-345-2789. 800-345-2789 or biglou.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from June 7th through the 10th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city, 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Their scratch, it says, I'll take compensation. All right, so whatever you think you're owed times what you paid to actually listen to the show, I'll multiply that by 10. Generally, it's going to start with the number 0, which means you'll get 10 times that. I was sitting here minding my own business, and all of a sudden, turns out I have AI on my phone now. I did not know I had AI. So then I was like, oh, yeah, you're AI. Make me a logo for the Daily Blender. Now, we have a logo, and I like it. I don't need a new one. I just wanted to see what it would do. And in seconds, it came up with that.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
It's a little blurry. Sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, man.
Don't know how to make it not be blurry. So then I says, well, no, it's a sports radio show. So now it's just decided that this is us. With everybody in the background, and we have like 12 fingers, of course. And then I said, no. It's the Daily Blender with Jeffrey O'Brien. It's a sports radio show. And then it just is like, fine, here, just take all this crap. Just take all that crap. There you go.
Just gave up.
Just was like, hey, just everything you just said right there.
Is this good enough for you? Is this good enough for you now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it alone now. I don't want to anger it. But here's the thing. I've spent a lot of time the last few days telling people, that's AI, right? They put up this thing of these little kids from they're supposedly from Africa who were all doing like this thing to make the shape of a face. I'm like, that's AI. Look, that kid has like 18 toes, and then there's just a floating head and with a knuckle coming out of his face. I mean, and they're like, that's not AI. I'm like, are you high? That's totally AI. And then other people like the birds. I don't know if you've seen the video of the bird that's like all these amazing colors, but then as you're sitting there, its face starts to change, and you're like, am I high? And I'm like, that's AI. That's my thing. And I'm probably getting blocked and defriended everywhere because I just felt like it's my responsibility to let people know that's like, oh, isn't this great? This picture is so nice. Then I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then for D-Day, they had these 3 soldiers sitting there, and all of them had fake legs, all the legs, fake legs. And then you zoom in, they all have the same expression. And then you can't read their names or their emblems. I'm like, oh, that's totally AI. And I know I got blocked by that person. I says, hey, that's a very nice photo. But that's AI. Blocked.
Yeah. Someone had a black and white one for D-Day where the soldiers were going into the water from the land. And I was like, that's
wrong way.
Obviously AI. Normandy's that way. It's the other way. Why would they be marching into the sea?
Well, because they're trying to get a good selfie.
Yeah, it's just how's that gonna work?
I don't want to ruin the fun, but I feel like
some of these are obvious and people still believe them.
I feel like I know who they're voting for too. When I see that, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's gotta be that
just
same...
marching directly into the ocean. And I just
yeah.
They're storming the beach, not the ocean.
I don't think I'm going to tell people anymore because the people, it's unwanted. They want to live in a world where this 18-fingered kid is just doing a nice
thing.
Thing.
Don't share it, because once you share it, then like what's unwanted is nonsense that you're making me see.
They'd want to know, like, hey, that's AI. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. Thank you. They're like, no, it's not.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Ralph Has Crabs says, speaking of Ralph, where's my Seahawks loving buddy? I haven't heard him well. Oh, they're very busy right now over at Harmon Solar. I think maybe he'll be with us next week. I don't know. I don't know what he's up to be honest.
It's just as it gets hotter, the solar gets going. So you should get that done before it gets this hot.
Yeah. It's like pools and spas and stuff. You don't order it in the summertime when it's hot. You order it around Christmas time. That's when you order the pools because they're not doing anything out there.
Right. Well, so here's the thing. The reason Harmon Solar is really busy is people are noticing how big their bills are right now.
Yep.
They're noticing how much their air conditioning is running, and they're like, this giant ball of incandescent gas in the sky putting off amazing amounts of solar energy. I probably could be using some of that right now to run the things in my house. And I think that's why they get these calls. I bet a lot of these calls come in and they're like, well, we'll come put the panels up for you here as soon as we can. Like,
but it's busy. Like if you're living in a cold weather state and you wait till winter to buy your jacket, cool. But like you're going to be in a long line with a bunch of other people who should have bought a jacket earlier.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right.
Just, Harmon Solar will take you. They'll help you out. But It would have been easier if you did this 3 months ago.
But sometimes it just doesn't occur to people.
Yeah,
So
like
they're noticing it right now.
You have to wait until you actually see the outrageous numbers before you're like, okay, you know what?
All right, so real quick before we talk football stuff, let's remember who we picked. I've got Mystic Dan again, so for the Belmont Stakes, and Randy. Keon, you got Mind Frame, don't you?
Yeah,
you took him because I didn't, because I was about to take him, but
that's a cool name. Yeah,
Mystic Dan came back. And Randy, you want to be Honor Marie?
Yes,
I mean you want the horse Honor Marie.
Yes,
right. So it's Randy. Are you sure? Because here are the other horses: Seize the Gray, Resilience, the Wine Steward, I can't say it. Antiquarian. You know what? F that horse. I hope it breaks a leg and dies. I hope they shoot him right on the track.
You just find whoever had my job before this, and you go ahead get him into to place that bet, and you'll be golden.
Door Knock, Protective, Sierra Leone. So we all good with our horses then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, I've got it written down. It's right there. I'll put it over here.
And I'm betting on them this time.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. All three of them. Because one of them's going to hit, I think.
Well, Mystic Dan's not going to make you much money. He's only 5-1.
Yeah. It's going to be a tiny bet.
I'm a favorite.
It's going to be a tiny bet. I'm not going to put like big money on it.
Your best odds are on Honor Marie, 12-1. Mind Frame's got 7-2. So, are you sure that's not a bad idea? You're putting $1 on each of them. I'm just going to say $1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You put $1 on each one of these horses, 5-1, 7-2, 12-1. So you're putting $3 in to win. You know, like if you hit on Mystic Dan, you might still be losing money. How much money do you make on a $1 bet on Mystic Dan at 5-1?
Probably next to nothing.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might
maybe just leave Mystic Dan alone, just out of the math of it.
Well, I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just saying, examine the math.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It seems like that's probably the more practical way of doing it. That's a good point.
I think I just ruined all your fun. I didn't mean to do that. Random texter says, Keon, the jacket thing, the jacket thing was a goddamn thinky wheel. I can only fake it for so long before I'm just like,
it's just locked up and that's just what it is.
Random texter says, Keon, the jacket thing was a really bad analogy. You can buy a winter jacket in the store in July, You can online though.
First off, you absolutely can't. I used to live in a cold weather state.
Yeah.
I used to live in Maryland.
You can't here.
You can't.
You don't need a cold weather jacket.
Yeah, you never need it here. But when I lived in DC in July, there's a whole clearance rack of jackets. You just buy them then. What are you talking about?
Yeah, different state, random texture. So, good news. I'm sure you all heard BJ Thompson, the guy who had the seizure and the heart attack yesterday. Today was awake and responsive, and I don't know what the future holds for this guy, but he's alive. So I guess we're just going to start with that. And so he's young, so young. I thought when they said that he might have been like a veteran. He's only been playing for a year. He only, last year was his rookie season. So
I mean, a seizure is a seizure, man. Like,
well, I get it, but I'm just saying you don't expect a heart attack to come to somebody that young. But whatever his deal is with the seizures, whatever causes that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope for him he's able to come back and play football. But
the fact that they were watching film that's the scary part. He wasn't doing anything.
What it was like one of those films, and they always say, "Hey, honey, come look at this video." And you watch the car driving through the valley, and then you're right in your face, and you're like, "Ah!" Maybe it was a film like that.
Maybe.
Everybody feels really bad right now.
I think they were watching film of football, though, potentially.
Maybe it was like a brutal hit.
It seems more likely.
I think the NFL is going to put some rules in place where you can't have that zombie jump up and scream while you're watching film.
I'm sure that's not what happened.
Well, whatever happened, he's alive, he's awake. And we're just going to go and start with that and be happy about that.
Yeah.
Harvey Putswaddler says Keon would make a profit if any of those horses win. 7-2 should be $3.50 on a $1 bet. Yeah. What about 5-2? What's the outcome on that? And again, you're going to do more than $1, you think? You have to kind of if you want to make money, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have to do like $2, and then you're fine. Is that the rule? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a gambler, Harvey. Get off my back.
This is why I throw single dollars at bets just cause
bets.
Bets. I said bets. I did not stutter, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, here
I
comes
said
bets to
bets.
the stage.
On FanDuel.
Why are you throwing dollars? Yesterday, we talked in great length about this whole thing that Josh Jacobs brought up about not wearing green in Brazil for fear that the gangs could be upset. And it turns out the NFL says, well, that's not true. And it turns out it's not true. I guess that was misinformation. I don't know what colors you are or not supposed to wear while in Brazil, but now they're saying, no, that color green is not associated with the violent gangs. It is inaccurate. And Josh Jacobs says, damn, I was misinformed. Sorry, Brazil. See you soon. I say, whoa. Okay, green's not, but what is?
But what is? And also, it's a little scarier because it means like there's no color that's going to stop you from getting robbed, which
I wear a lot of plaid.
Does still happen.
Well, I think the teams are going to be well secure. I'm sure the NFL is going to have security in mass around these teams.
I think the teams will be fine.
Yeah.
I just, once again, like if you're a fan of those teams, leave it to the Brazilians who want to go to that game. You stay in America in your living room and watch the game.
Yeah. Live and watch the show.
That's all.
Smart. So anyway, turns out that was all a bunch of boo-boo, everybody.
There were a bunch of news sites that ran with that, and that's where I read it.
So we told you about one of the worst things you were going to hear today about the guy's colon coming out of his wound when he's sitting in a diner and everything. Well, now we have one of the worst human beings on the planet to tell you about. Former Dolphins cornerback Xavier Howard shared porn of this I don't know why or what the thing was. I think the kid was giving him a hard time for breaking his mom's heart, but he sent the son of his other ex-girlfriend sex tapes, I think of his current girlfriend or something, and or of his own mom. Maybe it was of his own mom. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Howard texted sexually explicit material to her own son. And he is a minor at the time. I don't know if that's even relevant, but it is, I guess. So that's pretty horrible. Because here's what happened. So the son was accusing Howard of getting his mother pregnant and then demanding she get an abortion. And then when she refused, Howard texted sexually explicit material to her son, who was a minor at the time. Who does this? Who does this?
A unhinged person who is just apparently hell-bent on making the worst decisions.
Free agent Xavier Howard probably is going to stay a free agent.
Free agent for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that is so messed up. So messed up. I don't even want to think about
He also
this.
sent, explicit videos to the son because she did not want to have sex with him. And he wanted to make her mad.
Well, made her mad, but now it's not having what the effect he thought it would be.
And that is a crime. So, when you share, because she said that he recorded her with her consent, but she did not consent to sharing him sharing it with anybody, least of all her son.
I think she's going to win.
I think pretty clearly it's got a whole digital paper or digital trail to it, and it's open shut case. Looks like.
Baker's Cocky Hens says Brazil and Celtics both green, both seem to be full of racists. Not sure it matters what Jacobs is wearing.
Okay, I wasn't sure that Brazil was full of racists. I
didn't know that.
I was not aware of that as a thing. You're gonna have to explain how the hell you come to know that.
Please cite your references.
But the
That is
Celtics
curious.
were there was like a doll of Kyrie, and they were all in front of the stadium last night, stomping on it.
Oh my god!
And yelling "F Kyrie," and there was I heard the video. They were saying more than "F Kyrie." Certain words that should not be said to
Question?
people of color.
Follow-up question. Were these white guys?
They were all white, each and
Jesus
every
Christ.
one of them. It was the whitest mob of people I have ever seen. It's Boston.
Well, I'm not rooting for anybody now.
Just not beating the allegations.
I mean,
not beating the racist allegations. The
can't
entire city
blame
of Boston.
The guys on the team, right?
No.
We didn't blame the Clippers players when Donald Sterling started doing his racist thing.
Well, no. How could you? And I mean,
this just got worse.
Do I think Jaylen Brown approves? Do I think Jason Tatum approves? No, I do not. So
Still,
Al Horford.
Yeah, it took some of the fun out of it right there.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got on this date in Big Georgia sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-345-2789. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-345-2789. 800-345-2789 or biglou.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from June 7th through the 10th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harmon Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains from June 7th through the 10th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Did you know Arizona workers may be entitled to earned paid sick time? Employees receive a minimum of 1 hour of sick time for every 30 hours worked, and employers are responsible for keeping track of those hours. Posters about paid sick time and minimum wage laws also need to be posted in every office. Get posters and learn more about the rules at azica.gov. That's azica.gov. This message is sponsored by the Industrial Commission of Arizona.
If you hit, pass it, dunk it, shoot it, check it, throw it, putt it, or block it, then we're gonna talk about it.
I like that. I just thought I'd clear that up.
1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
You're here on 1580 The Fanatic, and taking a look at the odds, the Patriots have the best odds to miss the playoffs of any team in the NFL. Most likely team to miss the playoffs. You put your money on the Patriots. They are minus 1,800 favorites to miss the playoffs over at DraftKings. After that, who do you think the second most likely team to miss the playoffs is?
The Seattle Sea Chickens.
It's got to be the Carolina Panthers.
The Los Angeles Rams.
So here's what you got. The Patriots minus 1,800. Denver is next up. Minus 1,100, followed by then the Panthers. Minus 900. Titans minus 650. Giants minus 550. And then the Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals minus 400.
You're saying there's a chance.
You have a chance of getting to the playoffs more than the teams I have just listed. But the same chances as the Vikings or the Raiders. You're all at minus 400.
I think the Raiders are going to be much better this year.
I think the Cardinals could be better than what everybody's giving them credit for.
I think so. I think so too. But I every year I always love to look through who everybody, all the quote unquote experts on the television, who are they picking, and then I try to go there. And I think the Raiders are going to have a vastly improved season.
Well, I don't know, man. So I get what you're saying, right? Oh, their coach is pretty cool.
Yeah,
they got some great core players, but then you look at the quarterback situation. You got Gardner Minshew. You got the guy who was there last year. I forgot his name because he's just I always
Aiden O'Connell.
Smitherson. Oh, Jaden O'Connell. That's what I meant.
Aiden O'Connell.
Yep. Yeah, Steve O'Connell.
He doesn't have a J in there anywhere, but
Jaden. Got it.
I just I don't know. I think they're going to be sub 500. That's my prediction for the Raiders, which I hate to say. Yeah,
I think so too. They've got a pretty decent roster in a lot of places, but then at quarterback, it was miserable last year, and they really haven't fixed it. And probably because they wanted to draft, but they didn't want to reach for any quarterback.
You mean they haven't fixed it, Ken? What does that mean when you say that?
It means that they still have backup quarterback level play.
Do you understand who they attained in the offseason?
I do. I very much do, and I know you're going to tell me.
Is that you are saying is not an adequate starting quarterback.
He is
for the Las Vegas Black and Silver Raider team.
He is a high-level backup.
He is correct.
You want to see him from 3 to 4 games, but if you see him for more than that, you've got a problem.
As somebody who had Gardner Minshew as his starting quarterback for a year, Keon is 100% correct.
And treated you good, too.
Yeah, not that great. Did we get to the playoffs?
Also, he had a string of games where he was trying to give the ball away. And it's only because the defenses he was throwing the ball to just didn't want to have the ball.
Both you guys need to be ashamed of the way you're treating the name of Gardner Minshew III.
I think we're pretty accurately describing him.
The
to be
great
honest.
American. I mean, when I think about Gardner Minshew III, firecrackers go off in my mind's eye. The Thunderbirds fly through with the smoke on. There's a great roar of crowds and a glorious band that's playing, and a choir that goes hallelujah. And I think you guys just have not caught the vision.
You are alone wearing that Oculus VR headset as you see these things. To the rest of us, see reality.
Oh, no.
Speaking of delusional, Mr. Wilbur says, during one of the times my texts were not going through, I sent you a text stating that I have a reliable source that this person told me that the Cardinals are going to be a good team this year. So keep this text and share it back with all of us in December and prove me right or prove me wrong.
Mr. Wilbur, I asked you not to share that information that I gave you about the Cardinals.
You're his
source. Kind of embarrassing now,
well,
Mr.
Wilbur. It's a very biased source.
This is really embarrassing. Look, guys, I'm telling you right now, the Cardinals are going to stun the hell out of the NFL. They're just going to stun them. The bird of prey will
I
rise
said a nice
from
thing. Don't make me take it back.
What do you mean?
I said nice things. Don't make me take it back.
Stun. I tell you, stun.
Ray says, wow, I'd expect the Minnesota Vikings to be the team with the worst odds to make the playoffs, actually.
They also have a horrifying quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, on purpose.
Right. I mean, there's a bunch of these teams who aren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of whether they are or aren't. It's which one has the best odds to not.
Yeah. I would have thought it was the Panthers. I still think that entire roster is one of the worst things I have ever had to watch.
Wow.
And it did not get significantly better this offseason. So
really?
Yeah.
No, that's fair. By the way, speaking of the Vikings, Ray, what do you think of the all-white uniforms? These all-white alternate uniforms they're going to wear. It was cute when the Colts did it. I don't like color rush personally, but now instead of white with like little blue outlines, it's white with purple.
The variety. Thanks, Nike, for once again nothing.
Only one reason why these guys have this, and it's just another money-making scheme.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Money.
It's just I wish they'd have some. I don't know. I wish they'd have some better ideas though. Take some more risks. If you're going to do it to make money, fine. That's the name of the game. Understand it. But just white with a little purple.
Yeah, it's
just boring. It's just a boring idea. But you also don't have to go full blown whatever it is that they did with the Giants.
It was white with
you could find a balance.
Purple Chiaro shading instead of just a line.
I have
Maybe
a
a little Chiaro shading. You see what I mean?
What's Chiaro?
Well, it's a very soft and artistic.
How do you
shading.
know this? As a man, there's only so many basic
well,
colors.
Listen, as sometimes we might be as young men, we might experiment with things, and I did with some of the more shall we say artsier paths in life.
I did not know this about you. So what was his name?
No, it was the artsier paths. Jeffrey, it's always been you and nobody but you.
I wish that weren't true. So everybody thought Lamar Jackson was like, what is he doing? Why didn't he go to these OTAs? Because he had a workout bonus of $750,000, almost $1 million. Just go work out. Why are you not just showing up? Work out. You just show up. That's all you gotta do. And then after the 75, he has to be there for 75% of the time. After it's impossible for him to do that, then he shows up. I will contend that he did not know this $750,000 was on the line, because that makes no sense.
He was on vacation, and when he came back from vacation, he showed up to camp. I think that's what happened. He didn't think about the money at all. I agree.
I mean, out of all the money he is making for the year, now he'll have $32.5 million. But still, you don't. If you're just like, hey, I'll go hang out for $1 million, you hang out for the $1 million.
I think he would have if he knew.
Yeah, I don't think he knew. I don't think he was aware of that workout bonus. And it's probably like, oops, oh, geez. And he shows up like, maybe they won't notice I was gone. So he shows up. He's like, I'm here. They're like,
I think Lamar Jackson planned himself and his family a very nice vacation and just showed up when he was done.
Better have been $1 million vacation. Because it was $1 million vacation.
Yeah.
Anyway, so somebody might want to let him know for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Because that's $3 more million he could just blow. Anyway. So yeah, people are like, what is he doing? What is his strategy? There's
no strategy. No. He just genuinely did not know. Yeah.
He's like, whoops. Have to get that back in incentives now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back to the year 1911, after a 2-year absence, having little success as a performer in vaudeville and the movies, Turkey Mike Donlin returned to the New York Giants. The disagreeable outfielder traded to the Boston Rustlers after just a couple of games with New York would compile a .316 average during his comeback season. That's right. Turkey Mike Donlin. Yeah, he was given the nickname because he walked kind of funny like a turkey. And he was a flamboyant playboy, a sharp dresser, notorious drinker. But he thought, look at me. I am so good looking. I'm going to go. This new thing came out called movies. He says, I'm going to go on the stage as a vaudeville performer. I'm going to get myself in the movies. I'm going to be famous. Turns out he had zero talent. And he went right back to baseball. And .316 is not bad average.
Oh, it's pretty good average. Yeah, a lot of guys would love to have 316.
Yeah. And then so he's like, all right, screw it. I'll just walk like a turkey back to baseball. And that's what he did. So Turkey Mike Donlin. I didn't realize movies were well known enough in 1911. You know, the silent films went on into, what was it, the late 20s, early 30s before they had talkies.
But
That's
silent
what they
films were pretty popular too, though.
Yeah. Well, not his. He
not that he would know. Yeah.
didn't make it. So Baker's cocky hen says Lamar Jackson is his own agent. You know what I'm saying? Ask your agent, bro.
Well, isn't his mom?
Yeah, his mom does a lot of his representation stuff. So
shouldn't mom have talked about that?
So he's like,
if she was on the vacation too, that just makes that funnier, to be honest.
Give up in that vacation.
I'm sorry, Lamar. I didn't see that.
Just plain forgot.
Don't be mad. Okay, mom. Man,
I mean, when you got the other 30 mil, it's easy to tell yourself it's okay.
Well, just like, okay, next, mom, just please read the contract. 750. You could have had that. Now it's coming out of your money.
750K.
Just a
coming out of your money, Mom.
shorter vacation. That's all.
Great. But yeah, I mean, you got 32 million more. You're not going to get that mad at her. Your agent, you're like, you son of a bitch. You can't talk like that to your mom.
No.
Somehow she'll turn around. He'll be like, Mom, and she'll be like, oh, no, at the end, he's like, Mom, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. You end up all
That's a
Canadian
strong
with your mom.
personality, Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
You wouldn't talk back to her.
Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.